So, I'm like, come on, y'all, come on in. It's really dope. Da, 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 da. Come check out the vendor. She make you sense. We take care of your hair. She takes care of your body. We got everything for y'all, mind, body, and soul. And I'm just going, and as they're walking in, they're just frowning. Everybody got a frown on their face. Because in the South, I used to wonder why everybody frown. Everybody got this same look. They just mad. Like mad about, what are you mad about? I think this is gonna be cool over here on StreamYard on my phone because at least I can bring up. If you want to go to YouTube, it's Latay J Bay 1975 on YouTube, so you can see these screens that I'm gonna put up. But I was like, okay, I'm watching the people. I'm just like, wow, it's so sad to see this, y'all. Y'all would be like, it's really sad to see how sad our people are. So I'm gonna come out of a portion of this Circle 7 that the prophet wrote to tell you what's going on with the people, why they look like this. I'm gonna give it to y'all. Right? I really want this over here. I think I'm gonna have to put y'all. That's what I think is gonna have to happen. Camera, you're gonna sit there. Microphone and condenser and mixer over there. Because oh man, I just dropped my camera. Oh, I hope I didn't break it. Hope I didn't break my camera. Another book, okay? You don't need another book. So I'm gonna read a portion of it, y'all. I just have it. This has not been cool. I'm telling you. It is like, what is going on? Like since yesterday, it's been the most craziest situation since yesterday. So um at the market, getting the people hyped because they're celebrating a very slave induced holiday come Monday. Yeah, tomorrow, right? They're celebrating. They're gonna be celebrating. They're gonna be cooking. They got their greens. They is ready to roll, right? They ready. They are ready. It's like, yeah, let's go. So I'm like, okay, everybody, come on, line up, get up, get up. You must be, you're gonna be eating tomorrow. Like, get happy. They look some smile. Some of them come in and smile, other ones down, they ain't really smiling. So they like half smile, half in. Do I really want to say anything? And it's like, wow, you ain't gonna say nothing. Like, hey, how you doing? They looking at you like, hi, hi. This is why I'm doing the unveiling of the deception, because the unveiling of the deception is going to help so much with this. Mm, unveiling. Deception. So I had to start everything all over, y'all. So you have to forgive me. If you decide to come in, if you decide to stay, but while you in the chat, at least leave some hearts. That's all I'm asking. Just leave me some hearts. Give me them 1,000 hearts up, because I got to get so many people in before I even start saying anything about what's going to be said. Now, Friday, we was able to get 2,000 hearts up in this chat before the goodness came out, right? Now some more goodness gets to come out today. Some real goodness get to come out today. Some real goodness. So, excuse me while I get all this other stuff set up. Uh-oh. Do I have a default microphone on? Uh-oh. What is this microphone? High definition communication microphone. Oh boy. I don't know which one that is. Oh my goodness. Is that my V8? No, I think I'm on the right microphone. Let's hope we're on the right microphone. We're gonna definitely hope we're on the right microphone, y'all. Anyway, so I'm like, wishing that our people would just smile some more, not look so mad. Like, what is wrong? Isn't that bad? What is it? Yeah, it's sad. They're just not happy. They're not happy. They're sad. They're depressed. They're all of these things, and it just shows all over their face. So it's like, okay, and hold on, enable present pin to comment. I don't want to do that. I don't even know what that is. Okay, wow. When I tell y'all, this is not what it used to be. You know what I'm saying? It's just not what it used to be. Um, I'm trying to figure out what else this thing needs me to do. You know, like, oh, I guess add to a group to promote it. Okay, add to a group to promote it. We got a group added. What else I need to do? Because it's sending me through the blues, y'all. I'm telling y'all, this thing is sending me through the blues. Like, what is going on? It's happening now, but it's not, y'all. What I gotta do? Okay, select events to promote during your live. I want to see that I'm even live. I'm like, it's saying I'm live. When? I'm not live. Go to the link. Am I live? Because I don't see it. You know, it never shows over here. So I have no idea if I'm really live or not. No, I don't want to come over here like that. I need to stay live on Facebook for this reason. See, because it's usually connecting. For some reason, this thing is not connecting like it's supposed to. So please forgive me, guys. Yeah, it's a lot going on. But so anyway, I'm gonna read y'all a portion out of here so you can see what it is that our people are faced with on a daily basis and why this is. Okay, so oh, oh, come on, thing. I've already did that. Let's just go live, honey. Can we just go live? Can we just go? Can we go? Going now. We're doing stream. Are we doing stream or viewer? Yes, allow viewers to message. Like I said, y'all can come back. It's not a big deal. Come back. Hey, how you doing? Can you leave some hearts before you leave the chat, Mr. Tony? My home. I'm confused. I am so confused on what this thing is even asking for real. Mm. And I give you all I have to do. All the love, all the joy. I thought I already did that, my love. What are we doing? Remove? I'm so confused. Okay. Okay. Won't you come to me, baby, baby? Come to my life. Wow, this is interesting what this thing is doing. So for everything. And I'll give you all I have to do. All the love, all the joy, you have to do. Open you, stay with me. Ooh. Am I good? Mm. This is awful funny. I don't know what's going on. I'm over it today. I'm not over it, but I'm gonna rock this music and we gonna rock music together until we can figure out what is going on with because I don't know what's going on with none of this stuff today. I need to share my screen. It's not letting me do that. It's kind of like it's just being an app. Excuse my language, but this is lazy. Never gave me this many problems. So never gave me this many problems. I don't want to go. I don't need to do none of that. I don't want to edit anything. I just want to go. Right? That's all we want to do. We just want to go. We just want to get in here and get going. So, but I'm finished telling y'all about the people at the market while I'm waiting for this thing to decide when it wants to move. Right? So I'm in the market, right? Before this phone situation goes down, I'm in the market. And so I said, I'm gonna go get me a smoothie. I think y'all might have seen me say that. I went to get me was gonna go get me a smoothie because I hadn't eaten. I had only did tea and smoothies the day before I even went into the market to sell. And I hadn't had no sleep because I was up doing holy day for 3 hours. Stayed up finishing my shampoo bar, so I stayed up till about 3. Went to sleep to get up to go. I'm tired. I'm sleepy. I'm tired. But I know I got to keep my energy because I need to come in here and I need to really make something happen today, right? Man, man. I walk over to the smoothie spot. It's a Hispanic there. I'm not trying to be funny or radical, but that's what he was. He wasn't Mexican. He was Hispanic because I could tell by the way he was acting. His energy was off. But I wanted a smoothie, and it was the only place that they told me that's where the smoothie was. So I lit my little self on over there because I was, I was tired. So my body was a little achy. So I was like, let me limp on over here and go get this smoothie. So I stand there and I'm like, well, how you doing today? Good. And he's sitting there. He never got up to say, how you doing? Never got up like he was ready to serve nobody. So I was like, okay. Um, that's what it is. Unveiling the reception. So I'm like, okay, well, you got smoothies? He's like, yeah. He said, my menu right, what do you say? My choices are right there, and my menu's right there. And I was looking around like, because I didn't see it on the counter. So when I looked down the counter, I seen it. But then I seen they had a Akasi bowls too. So I just made me one of those for lunch, right? Got me a little Akasi bowl. Hey, Michael. Oh my goodness, you were in here. Thank you. You guys in the chat. You could just leave me some hearts before you leave if you can. So I see the coffee bowls. I said, "Ooh, y'all got a coffee bowl too." Okay, that's nice. That's nice. Um, I said, "What is your favorite one, or what's your best seller?" He says two. I said, "Okay." So I seen the two had like mango, spinach. It had some good stuff in it, right? So I was like, "Ooh, that sounds good." Okay, I was like, maybe I want smoothies. So I looked at the smoothie. I said, "They have a lot of smoothies too." I said, "What's your favorite one of the smoothie?" He says two. I said, and it was in the same energy, like he really didn't want to do it. Two. I said, is that all you know how to say? He said, yeah. I said, okay. So I was gonna get one. I was like, okay, well, I was just gonna take two smoothies. He says, what size you want? I said, well, what size do you have? Because I'm always polite. I ain't no rude person unless you gotta get rude with me, I'm gonna get rude back with you. So he said, well, what size? I said, what size you have? He goes, and I looked, I'm like, I said, okay. I said, so you're just gonna point at me? I said, that's so rude. He got up, he said, you can get away from my vending spot. I said, ooh. I said, you know what? I'm about to get away from you over in this spot. You ain't got to never worry about me coming over here. And I doubt you're going to make another dollar today. And I left, right? So as I'm over there in the room, so I stopped by my girl that got cake, and I don't eat all that because I really don't do egg and milk and all that. But I was like, I'm hungry. I didn't want to deal with that Chewy's Mr. Chewy because their rice tastes like rock the last time I ate it last Saturday. So I didn't want Mr. Chewy's. I was like, nah, I ain't about to rock with these food. I ain't really been wanting no cooked food. My gut hasn't wanted. So I say, get the cake. I go on over there. So, we playing the music and Ribby Body Treats. If y'all don't know who that is, she sells body treats and all her body treats have these seductive names. So from the Holy Hair Butter line, she's really like my inspiration to say, okay, because I want to bring more of that Moorish love and truth and peace and freedom to my products. I want to bring this energy of more love than all of this sexual energy that so many people give to their names. And it's cute because I love it. I love how she got Tasty, Lick Me. She got one for the brothers, one for the sisters. It's all these different, but they smell so good. And she even has one called Unicorn. It's a unicorn Puss. So yeah. And she sells them, and Monique, the comedian, literally there's a video of her on Instagram where she got her on Top Lee's porch to get this doggone unicorn yoni. Got her that unicorn yoni, and Monique say, the sister say, she said, hey, how you doing? How you doing, Monique? You think you want to smell some unicorn yoni? Monique said, I said, what's that? What you say? What you say, sister? So what? You got some unicorn yoni. Girl, that video, when I tell y'all that video is the most funniest video that you can see on doggone Instagram when Monique is talking about the unicorn. So that's how we get people every time we go do an event together, because we'll go together and do events and then together. So that's where I went to then with her after we left the market. So Ribby's there. She's a sage, like I'm a sage. So that fire energy just the bomb. She clean yesterday. She got on this cream suit and zip up the top, bell bottom with this hat on, hair out. I'm like, yes, this come through with the green table. She got the blue tablecloth out with the Ribby's body treats on there. I'm like, oh, we about to make money today. That's all I kept saying. So yeah, literally, I'm telling y'all, the lady, when I went to take my stuff to her, she was like, my labels hadn't gotten done, right? So I just had some little stuff on there. I was like, look, I was just naming them. I didn't put label on because my labels hadn't been ready. She was like, your labels are horrible. That's what Miss Dorothy told me. I said, well, my labels ain't done yet. So I had to pull out one of my old labels and be like, I have labels if I just need a label. This is just not the product line that I was dealing with when I was doing Daughters of Truth. Because Daughters of Truth was me and Tamika Moody Ill stuff. And I felt like that was the first time I was trying to bring sisters together to where we could create together to have a solid, like Moorish business together. Where maybe she was making lotion and soap and I'm making hair stuff. And it was so that's where Daughters of Truth came from. But it was still under Latte J Bay brand because it still had my logo, everything. So I showed her, she's like, okay. So she always puts me in this room, and I don't like the room because it takes you away from the outside space, right? So the last Saturday I was there, I was in there with the hot dog lady. I don't know if her hair stuff and food go together, but they ain't supposed to be in the same spot at all. Okay, but this is municipal market, and the municipal market is literally a part of the city of Atlanta. So you ain't supposed to have food in here nowhere together, right? So we playing the music is vibing. I know I had on my little melanin maniac outfit yesterday, the little mini skirt with the boots and the hoodie, the little crop top hoodie, with the indigenous thing on my head. And Ruby said, I think you're making them feel some kind of way because you know who you are and they are working for somebody. This is what she said. I said, oh, really? That's sad. But I'm just being Latay. I'm not being no different. So there's a sister that's usually there with the lady that sells the soap. She's usually there, right? But she's kind of rude. She is. She wants to take over the front of the door. So that's why I don't like being in this room. So anyway, keep long story short, we are in the we are we're in the room. So I'm helping the lady that sells the soap because she sells soap, shampoo. She sells all kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? But she's not a hairstylist either. She's just selling stuff. She's not a hairstylist like me. Leave a heart in the chat, TikTok, while you in here. It just takes 1 second. One heart. That's it. Let's get them hearts up to at least, what is it, 1,000? He told me 1,000. Let's get them hearts up to 1,000. Friday, I was able to get 2,000 hearts up before I started. So I'm going to allow y'all to continue on that journey because I love when y'all do that. Y'all challenge me, it challenges you. So heart up the chat so we can get going on this demonstration because I believe you're really going to enjoy this demonstration by the time we're done. So I'm in there. I'm eating my cake. Well, before I even got my cake, because like I said, the man was tripping. So I go back in over to where the room is. And when I get back over there, you know, Ruby's playing the music. It's like you got Frankie playing Joy and Pain, and it's loud, you know, and it's booming through the market. You know, the market, the municipal market's a farmer's market. So it's where farmers that grow their food, people come in, you know, they buy their greens, their ham hocks, their oxtails, their whatever you want fresh from the butcher. They cutting it. They back there and they working hard. These brothers be back there working hard, boy. The elders out there, they working. So it's a market. It's restaurants surrounding where all in the middle is where all the like butchers and farmers are. So it's jamming in there too. And I'm just a singer. Y'all know how I come out here singing. I like singing, even though I can't sing, but I still sing, right? So I'm just singing. I'm like, hey, y'all, welcome to the market. Peace and love. You know, I'm representing with my salmon on, my little penis on, my little skirt, my little things. I'm just being Latte as I always am. Welcome in. Y'all put a smile on your face when you come up here. Y'all about to go get this food. So this is how I'm talking. Hey, I'm looking at the elders. So first off, the elders with the table in the front of the window. This is where I'm gonna go with it. Because I said, I can't do this no more. This ain't my crowd. I love my people and I really want to help my people. I don't think this is going to work for me. Close unused application. There's a lot of used application in here. But so I said, this, you know, it's just like, I don't know how well this is going to continue to work for me. This energy in here is kind of low. And once the Hispanic brother did what he did, I was really on one at that point. I was like, okay, going back over here. So I'm trying to keep my energy up because I'm sleepy. And then when I'm sleepy and I get mad, then I'm gonna get angry because my energy needs to exert because of my fire. The fire just before to go. I'm gonna blow it up. So I was like, okay, let's just listen to the music. Let's get into the vibe. I'm like, okay, Ruby, let's go. Let's go. We got some. I was like telling everybody, let's make some money today. We're gonna make some money today. So the elders, when I walk in, there's a table in the front of the window. She talked about my labels, y'all. I'm telling y'all, they was in the front of the window, right? It's a long 6 foot table because we get 6 foot table space. It's full of pork skins. I mean, they up to here. They is stacked up high too. In big old 5 gallon or gallon freezer bags or sandwich bags, and they just stacked up. And she just got barbecue written on one, plain, uh, whatever else, lime, lemon, whatever else. And they was just tons of them. She was bringing them out by the trash bag, and they just sitting in front. And I'm saying to myself, everything I got in here comes from a garden. Ain't no animals harmed. None of this happens. I'm looking around. I said, this is not where I should be. They're slaughtering animals. The people are eating the slaughtered animals. Look, the pig skin is right here. I was just like, oh my goodness. Like, stay in your mood, Tay. Stay in your mood. I'm telling myself, speaking, talk about, because I have to talk myself through stuff. I am not going to kid y'all. I'm not going to hold you. I have to talk myself through stuff so I don't come out of myself and act no fool because I can. My energy, y'all can tell that on social media. When I'm feeling some kind of way, I exert it a certain way. I sure do and don't have a problem saying it because I know me. And I know that's always been me, but that's my way of dealing with myself. Nothing against no one else, right? So I'm like, okay, keep your energy up. Okay. Frankie talking about the golden rays. And I'm like, look at y'all. Come on, the golden rays, it should just make you feel good. You get to get up and see this golden ratio all the time. So people start smiling. You know, they smiling. The doggone lady at the popcorn stand. Now, first of all, I got an issue with her. Her popcorn stand is red. I love red hair. My hair red. She wears these braids that are red in her hair. And the look on her face is just not cool. It's the energy wrong. That popcorn slamming though. But I don't believe she the one that make it. I think well, from what I've learned, she's the one that works there for the lady to make it. But the popcorn be hitting y'all. So I'm like, okay. Ruby comes over, she goes, I said, because the music got real low all of a sudden. I was like, where the music go? And I work better with music, even as a hairstylist. I gotta have some kind of music when I'm doing hair. My client's gonna be like, you be having the best playlist, Tay. Send me that playlist. Let me get that playlist. You know, musician's child was married to a DJ, took all that. Man, I love music. So yeah, got you. So like the music show got low. It was vibing. They had the people smiling. We was up in the front, all the vendors. We all like, hey, I'm over there keeping them hype. What y'all doing? What you got selling? I'm taking my camera around, you know, because when I go to events, I feel like it's for the whole. I don't be there just for myself. I've owned hair salons in my life and worked in hair salons. And it's always about teamwork. So I don't care if we selling the same thing, sister. We gonna all make us some money together. Cause you got something different. What I got in mind, I know you ain't got. Y'all done went and formulated this from somewhere else. And I'm a 32-year master cosmetologist. So let me tell you something. I know about my products. And I be sensitive about my stuff because it's an art. That's why on my whole line of holy hair butter has to do with a virtue. Whether it's love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice for them hair butters, we got a love, we got a truth, we got a peace, we got a freedom, and we got a justice butter all for your hair. Then our oils are all 12 steps, the 12-step ladder, the prudence, the obedience, the modesty, the all of those, all 12 of those that you can find in the Quran. You know what I'm saying? We got the courageous for men shampoo bar, the courageous for her shampoo bar. We got the purity spark shampoo bar, and we got the compassion shampoo bar. Each one does something else, but it's also invigorating. Like I told people, they're not just shampoo bars for you to go wash your head, and even to the baldest man. Because I sold a couple of them to a few bald men last night. And one was like, I keep getting dandruff. I was like, yeah, my purity spark got you because of what's in it. I put bentonite in there, put some tea tree so it can help soothe the scalp, help nourish it. I said my shampoo bars are very nourishing and moisturizing because of the oils that I put in them also and what I use. So man, you know, I ain't sold one thing at this market. So let me tell y'all. The lady at the popcorn spot tells Ruby, it's too loud. I can't hear my customers. Ruby said, yeah, she said it's too loud. She can't hear her customers. Your customers ain't talking to you, lady. In my head, I'm like, but they're not talking to her. They're picking up a bag of popcorn and giving it to her. What is she talking to them about? I see her on her phone more than she's talking to anybody. So Ruby says, man, forget that. I'm about to go because at Sagittarius, we be like, we run the show. Regardless, when we walk in, we going to run the show anyway. Eventually, it's going to become we run the show. Not on purpose, not to be arrogant. It's just what a Sag brings. We bring life to anything, any party, anything. We bringing it. So you got two Sages back, like the brothers is loving it at the CMOS juice table. You know what I'm saying? We got the elders, they dancing and singing because I'm singing to them. I walk around talking about, hey girl, come on, let's sing. I don't know how to be that. I don't know how to be no unalive person walking around the space. I want to be able to be, you know, I'm me. I'm lively. I was a cheerleader. I was popular little child, you know. I like being amongst my people. I love loving on my people. If nothing else, I love loving on my people, right? So she bring the speaker. She said, I'm gonna bring it up here because she's when she said it, I said, oh, it make no sense when people ain't happy with themselves. Because I was already mad about the man with the smoothie. So then when I went to her, I said, that's so sad when people just ain't happy with themselves. They see other people happy, having a good time, and they want to be the sour puss all the time because they ain't got no happiness in their life. They ain't got no happiness. They don't know how to. They don't. They're miserable. All they can do is complain about everything. and you can tell. So before I get into this, where I'm gonna read this at, this lady, whoever she is, I don't know where she's from, have no idea. Leave some hearts in the chat, y'all, while you're sticking around. I have no idea where she's from, but I didn't think she was from here either. I have a feeling she's not. She's from somewhere else. And I was like, everyone in there is from somewhere else, except the people that look like me and you that work behind the butcher stuff. But the people that own the seasoning spot, they're Nigerians. The people that own the this spot is from here, the this spot is from there. I think the fish place is owned by us. But the main workers stand behind that counter chopping meat all day that look like me and you. That's cleaning up, that's doing, those are the real workers. The owners of those booths don't. They're from all other countries. So they treating us, all they care about what they giving us. They don't care about us. They don't care that you ain't supposed to be eating that ham hock tonight. They don't care. So I just started looking like, this is horrible. This is poison in here. Why people mad? And look at the poison they're coming to get to make them even madder. Because no telling what this animal went through. You and this animal have a whole relationship at this point. Now you're going to go devour it and put it in your body and you don't know what it went through. It's not to talk about meat eaters because everybody eat in the way they do. I'm just saying. It's just like, come on, people. What is we doing? So when I said it, the lady looks, she looked me up and down. I looked her back up and down. Sis, I'm not that one. I'm not gonna come out of my character because you feel it some kind of way about the music. I guess because it's not your forte of music. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, thank you, thank you, and leave some hearts in the chat, TikTok, so we can get this mug going. Um, so she's over there. She's mad. I can tell because Ruby brings the speaker in there with me and the other ladies. So we in there, got the speaker in there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, pull it back up, pull it back up. Hey, hey, pull it back up. We right back rolling. She's standing over there looking dead at me because it's a big old glass window. She's going moving her. Looked like the doggone dragon was coming out. She's like a draconian. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, what I've been seeing is the true self. When these elders and these master teachers will say that you about to see something and they are not going to be what you think they are. These people are totally not what you think they are. Yesterday was it. She was over there trying to hex me, y'all. She was trying to speak spells on me. Let me tell you, I could tell by the way she was moving and her energy, way it was bouncing. And I said just like this. I said, and I'll hex you back. And I threw that thing back at her. Y'all, when I tell y'all, 5 minutes later, it was a nationwide outage on Verizon. I said, we gonna watch these powers because baby, what you ain't gonna do is disrespect me. I'm not gonna let you do that to me. Not on my stuff. That's why I told her I'm not coming back. I had to tell the lady with the soap, look, you need to get you an email address list. You need to have this, that. I always give someone some kind of like something. Some kind of something before I leave them, just because we're doing the same thing. This is how you can enhance your business. She was like, well, how you do on social media? Girl, I've been on social media for 20 years. I can't tell you which one works for me because when I started social media, it was all about branding. And in Atlanta, that's what it was about, your social media and the branding of your social media. That's how you found work. That's why I'm trying to school these girls that were going to school for 7 days thinking it's about to get them some hair. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Oh, wow. Sanity of life. I promise you I am. I'm going to tell you about this sanity of life that our people deal with. So, they're trying to go to school, and that TikTokers say you could go to school for 7 days. There's no way you can learn hair in 7 days. Baby, I went for 4 years from 10th grade to 12th grade, and I'm still learning after 32 years of doing hair. So I don't know who told nobody they get something in 7 days. It sounds bogus because you ain't going to be able to even obtain all that chemistry and all those disorders to the skin and the hair and the nails and you ain't gonna be able to tell nobody whether they got what is it called? Let me think. Wait, how do you say it? Fibrous. It goes on your nail plate goes like this. You ain't gonna know to tell nobody they got that trying to paint their nail and make it look pretty. You ain't gonna know that. Because you ain't been to no real cosmetology school. Somebody told you 7 days. That's why I have a 7-day hair ritual. And it goes into my Elevate Hair Business Accelerator course because you should have to know how to brand yourself. You want to be out here with products and doing this. It's important to know how to run your business. And one thing I won't do is just leave you when I see that you have a space that you could really improve on. And the person that you got standing in front, because she got a big mouth, her attitude is horrible. And I told her that. Your worker is not looking out for the hoe. She looking out for herself because she trying to figure out how many flyers she got to keep passing out to get her money so she can go. She ain't think about you and your product. She's not. Islam, Islam, thank you for the likes, you guys. TikTok, y'all the best. I love y'all so much. And so anyone else that's on the platform, but TikTok be giving love, y'all. I'm telling y'all, the other night was like 40 something people in the chat. It's the most amount of people I've had in my chat, but TikTok just be about that life. They really do. They're not sour pussies. They ain't hating on nobody. Everybody, we all try to learn from me. We're all attempting to learn from one another. That's what I love so much about TikTok, the embraceness. And majority of the people I've been meeting, I don't know these people from Adam, but I have met the most dopest people on TikTok. When I say the most power driven, let's go, let's do this, people. Like, let's arm up and let's do this is on that TikTok. They're amazing. The fans, that's why I mess with TikTok, even though I know it's like, what it be doing, but it's amazing. So I have to give the love to TikTok for that. Um, but when I be tripping off, I got all these family and friends over here on Facebook, and nobody comes on nothing, y'all. It is funny. I could put up drama about Young Thug, put up something about Beyonce. Boy, they'll be like, I have all kind of likes. Let me quote a Tupac song. Boy, I have likes they don't come on these lives. They don't come on these lives. They don't come on. They don't go view them on YouTube. They do none of that. And I'm telling y'all, the 4,000 people I have on Facebook, I know them. Maybe 1,000 of them I don't, because some of these Moors, I just don't know who they are. You know, they just pop up in there. But 3,500 of my people, I know them personally. I know them personally. They're either family, grew up with them, something. But what I'm saying, you don't get that kind of support from your own, and it's really sad when that happens because, as I said, me watching our people yesterday explains why our people have no happiness in their life. None. They in search of it, but they just can't seem to obtain it. It's just not something that's obtainable to them. So they think. But the Prophet Noble Drew Ali did bring a remedy to that one too. He brought a remedy for anything you feel you dealing with in life. Anything. That's why I said my shampoo bars deal with anxiety, stress, high blood pressure, inflammation, all of that. A shampoo bar because of the herbs that go into it that are going to stimulate and invigorate certain parts of your body, get your senses rolling. Sister Isha worked hard to plant this beautiful herbal garden that she has. So why not? Now we have the Noble Tea Shop. The Noble Tea Shop, you can go get all your tea. So if you go to the DrewAliExperience.com, we have the Noble Tea Shop. We have the Reclaimed Heritage Shop, the Holy Hair Butter Shop, and the Drew Ali Experience, where all four of those are going to help us build these schools and get this land so we can have these farms so we can all eat. Because we don't know how to be just individually all right. We love it for the whole of our people because they need it. I gave a homeless man a sample of my shampoo and he was like, what's this? I said, it'll help you if you got anxiety, stress, depression. He said, shoot, I'm dealing with so much stuff right now. Oh man, that gonna be enough. He looks at the sample. I said, well, you know, a little go a long way, but yeah, you'll be good. But it's just the fact you just don't know what people are going through and they have no happiness. So that's why these herbs are important. Your holy basils, your lemongrass, your lemon balm, all of that helps to enhance your insight. It helps you to get happy. It helps you to find happiness. Just by smelling these things, it helps you find happiness. The thing that you think you can't obtain, you think it's just so far out of reach. You just can't obtain this happiness. Where is it? Well, people talk about it. What is it to be happy? Y'all found out something today so much that was so dope. I found out that once you really learn how to love yourself and marry your lower self into your higher self and love it, love it, love it, do you know you attract exactly yourself? because now the universe is saying you really do love yourself. Now I'm ready to bless you with a complimentary that probably looks just like you. And you may never be with this person a day in your life, but it's the fact that they came in your life and occupied some space for you to experience them. Experience, just an experience of them. It's not to own nobody, to think you got some papers on them. None of that. To experience them. That's what this whole marriage is about. That's what this whole unity is about too. That I love how Prophet Noble Drew Ali brought this stuff together. This compilation that he did was it's just amazing. So I'm gonna read. I'm not sure. I got this from one of my grandsheets. We're going to start here. I'm going to just say this. I want to rise giving the most holy, highest praises to Allah, the mother. Allah is what I say she is. Allah, Allah, the mother of the virtues and the harmonies of life that breeds justice, mercy, love, and right. I want to also rise giving the highest holy praises to Allah, the Father of the universe, the Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. If it wasn't for the two of them, I wouldn't be here because it's the omnipotence that is displayed amongst mother and father to create us to be who we are, Islam. So I'm so grateful to even understand what that union really means to bring us back to the oneness, because it's always going to take a mother and a father to join together to bring back the oneness of what needs to happen, Islam. So I want to give praises to that. I'm giving the most high honors to all the illustrious prophets for all their wonderful works that they have brought to us. Because we've had so many prophets over the time, and they brought us these same messages that we never listened to. They were trying to wake us up out of the perils of life, of all this stress and deception and trading and things that they did to us. They were really doing their best, but we just didn't want to listen. We want to follow our own path. We want to go our own way. When elders, as I spoke on Friday, when you looked at what the white government meant the elders of the place. They were the white government. They were the purity of everything. That's why the Prophet Noble Drew Ali speaks on what is white. White means purity. Purity means God. God means rulers of the land, because the elders rule the land. They're the ones that have to come and teach us. We don't be knowing that while we think we know everything. We don't be knowing jack squat. Like, just go sit down. And the elders are supposed to be the ones in position for that. So even when he spoke on the young Moors will come in and sit the older Moors to the back, he didn't mean it in a bad way. He said they're going to come with a remedy and they're going to be ready. And y'all going to be able to put y'all's feet up, and you ain't going to have to do all that yelling no more and screaming and fussing and da-da-da-da-da-da. Because they going to come and they know that they got to be the ones to fix it. Well, those Moors are us. So we were the red government. The red government is the more younger government, the one that deals with military and strategy and things like that. So that's the younger ones. Come on, babes, let's go. So, you got the elders. So think of what elder. That's why they're the L's. The L's are the elders. So anybody walking around here with an L on their last name, unless you're an elder, I don't know. We might need to change it, because L is for elder. The L is for the elders. L is for the Elohims, because the Elohims are the elders. The Elohims, the elders, hold the secrets. They hold these things. You know what I'm saying? They hold them. They hold them close to their heart, and they're sacred to them, because they've had to go through a long life trying to get through this, and now they're here. So we have the red crown, the blue crown, the white crown. All of that represents something. The blue crown represents the water. The blue crown represents the water. You know what I'm saying? The dopest part. And if you go watch my boy Raku, oh my God, Cosmo 361, he breaks down this moon situation so dope. Man, does he break it down so eloquently. I love you, Raku. Well, my wife love me. I ain't got no teeth. I love you too, brother, the way you be over there spitting it. What you need for breakfast, baby? You need something. What you need? You need some lunch. Let's go. I said that on Friday. I'm playing with y'all. For real, that man he be putting in the work, and he spends time with his grandchildren. You just see all of that he does. Amazing elder, amazing with his benefit, what he do. So we want to give honors to all of that. All of you, all the mothers, the fathers, everyone that holds it down for their family. It's about family. And you're going to have to fix your family. No matter how much you want to run from it, you got to fix your family. That's why you shouldn't be putting your children on the social media, talking about they went to school. Okay, great. We go to school every year, y'all. Stop exploiting your children on these platforms because I'm tired of watching these young girls getting snatched up because it seems as if it's a Facebook picture, some kind of photo of them from social media. So the best that you can do, like, stop letting them be on here so much like that. It's just not healthy because we don't really see what's going on, and then we want to ignore when real stuff is going on, and then tell somebody they're spreading fake news when you ain't doing no homework on this. Wiki, 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 wiki. Shut up. Wiki, 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 wiki. They was telling us about WikiLeaks way back then. You feel what I'm saying? WikiLeaks. Wiki, 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 wiki. You better go look up them WikiLeaks and understand what's been going on with these children, with your favorite people. That's why you got the Atlanta rappers going at it right now. Young Thug, Rollo. You can look at oh my goodness. I'm like, Rollo been having me on the ground still. They calling each other out for all the dirt that they done did to each other. So these so-called YNs are going to tear up this city in a minute. And you think the National Guard don't need to be here? I'm going to continue to say it. Y'all need to go sit down somewhere. If you got something out here and they YNs, because all my children are part of that generation, but I don't refer to them as such. You better control your children because they ain't playing no more. This cashless bill gonna tear people up. I'm telling you, it's gonna tear your children to shreds because y'all ain't gonna have enough crypto. And y'all property means nothing because you don't own it. Somebody else doing. You ain't took the time out to find out how you're supposed to be the true landlord. Instead of you thinking because you bought a house on a piece of plot of land that it belongs to you. It does not. Even though we're going to get it back, but it does not. And if you continue to let them play these games on your brain, it does not. Coming to Chicago. Am I coming to Chicago? You said, am I coming to Chicago? Or who's coming to? Oh, National Guard. Yeah, they coming to Atlanta too. They coming to all the cities. And it was spoken some time ago, years ago. I remember this brother back in, was it 2001? He was on like a YouTube stream and he was like, y'all need to leave the cities. If you know any better, because they're going to tear, even though we're going to build it back up, they're going to tear it up, boy. And they're not only the YNs going to tear it up, but the people that they're arresting that's a part of these WikiLeaks. They've been taking the money from you and using you as an enslaved person. That's why this market thing was so strange. I was like, boy, she's trying to hex me. I'm going to hex her back. Well, we'll put out a nationwide on Verizon because you ain't going to do that to me because my power is just as strong as yours, sister. So this is what we're dealing with. We're dealing with these entities out here that literally have these energies on them that I don't care how woke you think you is, how protected you think you is. You sure better have you some protection. You sure better have some because, baby, these folks, baby, it's going down. Y'all better leave these cities alone. You better try. And it's sad because when you think of a flood, this is the type of flood. It had nothing to do with water. He said the flood was gonna come. Got to do with people. Where they gonna put all these people? Have a great day. You too. Where they gonna put them? Where they gonna push them? They don't push them everywhere else. They don't push them everywhere else. And I told you on Friday they pushed everybody to Oklahoma. Everybody. Every Islam. Thank you so much. They pushed everybody to Oklahoma. Cherokee, Choctaw, Chickasaw, Creek, Seminole, not quite. Seminole still right here in Georgia. Them Seminoles are still here, baby. They work on the road in Fairburn. They still here. You still see that big old trucks on the house. Like, yes, they are. They're still here. So they sent us to all these different places. And it's very, very sad that that's what they have done. Really hoping that when I'm reading this, I'm going to probably turn my camera off on StreamYard so y'all can hear the presentation, okay? Because I'm just going to roll with it. It's going to be recorded anyway. It'll be over on YouTube. So, stick around. So I'm going to start with this because then I want to go into why our people are so mad and sad and can't find no happiness. The compilation of the Holy Quran by Prophet Noble Drew Ali, masterpiece of religious literature, Secrets of Other Creeds Revealed. Moorish Guide, Friday, December 15th, 1928. Man, the Sagittarius energy. Thank you, Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Like, even when the Star and Crescent was in the sky the day I was born on December 19th, 1973. Dope time to be alive, Islam. Thank you for the coming of age, Islam. So, the Prophet Noble Drew Ali has spent many hours preparing the latest edition of the Quran, which will be a masterpiece in religious literature. Excuse me. To Americanize the Oriental idea of Islam involves many changes that are more or less negative in the main purpose of Islamic religion. To Americanize the Oriental idea of Islam involves many changes that are more or less negative in the main purpose of the Islamic religion. Such changes are carefully considered with the idea to avoid the changing of the complexion of the original text. The philosophy of the ancient prophets is the main guide and compilation of the Quran. No thought of propaganda enters this work, as has been the case of many former religious workers, such as the Bible and other books of creeds. The sole purpose to explain the aim of the prophet's intent in giving such a message to the world to save fallen humanity. When a compiler attempts to inject propaganda into a work of this kind, there arises a need to cover the true text. They like to cover stuff, as I've said before. They love covering stuff up. You are so welcome. Here we go. Billion humanity compiler. Compiler attempts to inject propaganda into a work of this kind. There arises a need to cover the true text in order to prevent a clash with the truth and ideas involved in such propaganda. From works of this kind have either hindered from works of this kind have either hindered or helped the nations proportionately to the adherence to the truth as to the original purpose. Oh, I don't know what that's cut off. But sometimes these papers be so old. Okay. Down by the masters. Something by down purpose laid down by the masters. Okay. Since so great is the impulse to use such writings for the purpose of keeping the ignorant in such a state, it is hard to resist the temptation to use this medium for gain hints. For gain hints. Many of the treaties on works of this kind have been the means to foster ideas of the unscrupulous, wherein they desire to use religious influence for gain. Islam, we talked about the treaties on Friday, and we've been talking about them for a minute about how they were a lie, they were illegally. Like I had to get on AI and say, you can't keep calling my people and saying the sovereign movement is a radical movement. They're not. When they did the same, they did that to us. You're calling them paper terrorists when they can't be paper terrorists because they're paper terrorists. And she came back and gave me a full-fledged summary on that bad boy. Told me I be making her think. She said, you make me think so deep. And I promise I'm going to stop doing that. I'm going to do more at making sure I thoroughly go through things. Thank you. Because you be trying to say stuff and think I done missed it just because I let you read it to me. I'm reading with you and I'm paying attention to the word just like you hear me paying attention to these words too. So, the many secrets known to the prophets that could be used for the salvation of the nations were either left out or colored to an extent that their meaning was lost. And the main purpose of the works was all but made void. Such is not the case with this edition of the Quran. All the secrets of the ages are put into this work. The secrets only known to the Magi are revealed. So the secrets are only going to be known if you're a Magi, but you got to doggone do the work to be a Magi. You just ain't getting it because you felt like you done did this, and that. No, Spirit going to give that to you. Spirit is going to give that to you. No man can give that to you. Only Spirit can give that to you. So you can have all the doggone accolades you want. You can have all that you want. Is don't Spirit got to give it to you. When they took away Bill Cosby's stuff, that's all they could do is take away the paper, but they couldn't take away his knowledge. So they can snatch these paper things that y'all so in love with, these treaties and trust and all the that y'all so in love with, they can snatch them at any minute and change the text. It just told you they could change the complexion of anything when they want to. If you read your Bill of Rights, it's legal for the media to even lie to you. It's legal for them to lie to you. Islam. Okay. The many secrets known to the prophets that could be used for the salvation of the nations were either left out or colored to an extent that their meaning was lost, and the main purpose of the work was all but made void. Such is not the case with this edition of the Quran. All the secrets of the ages are put into this work. The secrets only known to the Magi are revealed. The reading of the stars, the relationship of man and wife, and marriage, the interpretation of the span of life, and other such has been kept from the Occidental world are in the book boldly brought out. Islam, true. So when I hear more say, why they talking about the stars in the sky? Y'all need to stop paying attention to the moon and the dick. Baby, because it's important and because it's in the Quran. And if you know anything about it, and if you're in tune with it, then you will see that it's in there. It's all in there. This is a book of magic. Islam. All praises due to Allah. All praises. But you gotta take it in degrees. So just because you pick it up, don't mean you're gonna hold the magic. Don't mean you're gonna turn into Leroy. It don't mean you're gonna be Leroy. You got the magic. What is it? I got the light, the magic. What was the Last Dragon? Last Dragon that showed up, and Leroy became the one. He had the light. Leroy had the light. So all I'm saying, just because you pick it up don't mean you're going to get it, because it has to come from a certain space. And you have to literally be a very noble person with some true love in your heart. You really do. Not looking for selfish gain, just like this thing is saying. Like so many people pick up these texts, whether it's the Bible, the Quran of Mecca, whatever they might want to pick up. And they want to change the complexion of it to fit them. That's what that means. Islam. This Quran, Americanized as it will be, can be bought for a moderate price in something. I think it says 7 weeks. It will be sent to all governors of the Moorish Science Temple of America. This circle 7, y'all see my circle 7 as yes, bind gone, pages falling out, because it's a lifesaver. This is a remedy. This is literally like a recipe book. And you know how your grandma's recipe book, everything be falling out. She gonna have everything up there. There we go. Chapter 11. Is it 11? Yeah. Oh, it's chapter 12. My fault. My fault. It's chapter 12 in the Holy Quran. It's chapter 12 in the Holy Quran. But you know, your grandma's recipe book will have all the pages falling out, and she know exactly where that recipe at. Though, ask her where them biscuit recipe is. She know where her biscuit recipe is. Don't even front. So we're gonna come out of the divine instructions from the Holy Prophet, giving honors to everything, as I said before. The Holy Quran of the Moorish Holy Temple of Science, divinely prepared by the noble prophet Drew Ali, by the guiding of his father God Allah, the great God of the universe, to redeem man from his sinful and fallen state of humanity back to the highest plane of life, with his father God Allah, with your father, with your daddy. But also with daddy, you're going to be rose back up to your mama, because she's going to be sitting right up there at the head waiting for you. Islam, waiting for you. Waiting for you, falling for you. So, the divine instructions from the Holy Prophet, chapter 12. Jesus speaks. Jesus teaches the common people at a spring, tells them how to obtain eternal happiness. Right? So this is how I was trying to help the people at the market yesterday, because they had no happiness. You got to see what I mean. And now you can see, when you recognize, when you're out here in the world, being in the world of the world, whatever it's called. Don't be in the world, be of the world, or don't be of the world, be in the world. Something, however they would rock it, elders. You're gonna be able to see clearly. The prophet said, I left my footprints clearly cut so you know I went that way. He didn't leave it confusing. We make it hard. It's very simple, because Islam is a simple faith. It's a very simple faith. It's not all What they try to make it out to be hard and you got to learn this. No, we don't. No, we don't. And I love a brother that's on Facebook, True Levis. That's my dude. He comes with it. He said, "Don't you bring me nothing in Arabic, and you don't even know how to read that." Oh, I love him. I've been following him since 2019. He's out of LA, man. That man be having me on the ground, but he be teaching. He teaches. I used to watch him before because I was very sensitive about being a part of Morning Science. I was like, why is he talking like that? Oh my God. Don't be talking about my private, like it was hurt my feelings. But the more I started studying and unfolding, I said, man, this brother, and I would watch him be in the garage doing everything. He grows food. He knows how to build stuff. He be doing his music. His children are homeschooled. Like he's dope. Him and his wife are amazing. I'm like, man, this dude, man, he's just school, just good on the knowledge. So it helped me to dig deeper. That's why I said I've been around so many great master teachers that it helped me to dig deeper. Like, don't surface level this. And they've been men. It's all been brothers, but they hold so much dope knowledge because brothers be good at math. My sons all were good at math. Most boys are always good at math. So, shoot, who else to learn from than these brothers that know this geometry? Islam, peace and love to you guys over on TikTok. Please leave some hearts in the chat while we go through this because I'm about to talk to you guys about why our people are so unhappy and why it's important that we are to teach. We are to teach. Even here, while it says Jesus, let me tell you something. What I found out about Jesus, what I said yesterday. I said Jesus. I said, you know what? That's where I got that from because Jesus. Jeez, that's what it makes you say when it comes to us. Jesus. What is wrong with us? You have to say that, especially to those that know Islam. Everyone don't know, but it becomes frustrating because you're like, Jesus, come on, get it together. But it's the G's. Are you serious? Us? Islam. So in chapter 12, Jesus teaches the common people at a spring, tells them how to obtain happiness because nobody ever tells you how to obtain happiness. They tell you to obtain happiness, but nobody ever gives you instructions on how to obtain happiness. One thing I love about Prophet Noble Drew Ali, what he did when he compiled these texts from all the different, he compiled this. So nobody said he wrote these are all his words. No, it's certain parts in here that are his words, but he compiled it and he brought it together so we can learn it because it's a simple faith. We make it hard. So it's a simple faith. And he wanted us to be able to learn it in a language of our own. But don't let it get so Americanized that you lose your heritage and your birthrights, which that's what happened. Islam. So we're at a spring. And so we're going to tell you, he says instructions. That's why it says the divine instructions, because it's telling you how to do this. It's giving you the instruction on what to do, not just telling you, oh yeah, go search for some happiness because it's within, but nobody's giving you the solid instruction on what that within looks like. So in the silent meditation, Jesus, man, Jesus, excuse me, Jesus, or like I like to say, Isis, sat beside a flowing spring. It was a holy day, and many people of the servant caste were near the place. Jesus saw the hard drawn lines of the toil on every brow. So everybody walked in the market yesterday frowning. Because in Atlanta, everybody got a mean mug on their face. Everybody looking at you like, Shawty, what you looking at? It's always this sternness, like, like they sizing you up. Straight up. It's what it is. It's the look. Some people say, you look mean. I don't look mean. The sun just out, and I'm native to this place. We all look mean. We get them mean spots. That's our spot. That's how you can really tell we here too, because that's a mark that was left for us. That's the mark on our forehead. The mark on our forehead is the so-called mean spot. Islam, so-called mean spot. Everybody got it in my family. It's not one person that don't. Drawn line. That's that hard drawn line. I would walk around looking mad because you got to toil. Just mad. So it stays there. So these are the hard drawn lines that we're talking about. In silent meditation, Jesus sat at the spring, like I said, and Jesus saw the hard drawn lines of toil on every brow, in every hand. There was no look of joy on any face. Like y'all, no look of joy. The 3 cycles I've been here, ain't no look of joy on these people's face. No look of joy on their face. Not one of all the group could think of anything but toil. So you can only think about working. That's the toiling part. That's all you think about. Working, 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 working. I gotta go to work. I gotta pay the bill. I gotta go to work. I gotta pay the bill. I gotta go. It's like a robot. It's never no time that you said, let me take some time for myself. And I'll go to work and figure out these bills. Gonna take some time for myself. Then go to work, figure out some bills. You know what I'm saying? It's always that thing, and it makes it to where you're calling certain things to you, and now you can't find no happiness. And Jesus spoke to one and said, why are you all so sad? As I said yesterday, why y'all look so bad walking in this market? Come on, y'all, smile. You got everything to smile about. You are here. You're alive. Really, Allah bless you to see a whole nother day. And you're frowning? Why y'all frowning? Got the babies frowning. The babies is frowning when they walking in. So I say, hey, welcome to the market. And then the babies is lighting up like, hey, dang, because they don't even see no happiness at home. Then you wonder why these YNs act the way they do. None of y'all is happy. All they do is walk around. Y'all walk around mad all day, yelling all day, fussing all day. Who wants to hear that? My mom fussed all the time. It drove me crazy. I was like, I don't want to fuss at my children. But when I have to get on, I have to get on them. But 9 times out of 10, my house was quiet because I didn't want to be like that. I didn't want to be disturbing my children when they got up in the morning. I was like, no, I want them to have a peaceful day. Let's say don't do that. Like, you want them to have a good day. You're sitting in the school like this. Oh, God. All right. Because my ex-husband would be like, get up. You got to move fast. Get up now. And they be moving fast. And I'm looking at my children. I'm like, I think that's messing with them. When we wasn't together, I was like, I'm not doing that. My son be like, and I have one son, love to go to school. Just love to go. Love school, right? I don't know. I want to go to school every day. Even when he went homeschool, if he had to go to public school, I got to go to school. He loved school. So when he would say he wasn't feeling good, I never made my children just go to school because it was they said they had to go. If they just didn't feel like it, I tell them, if you need a break from that place, please tell me that so we can take us a break from that place. You do not have to stay stuck in that place all day with the people. I'm your mom. I work for myself. I'll come pick you up early if you need me to. So nobody can, he didn't see no happiness. They can't think of nothing but toiling. They can't think of nothing but working. They said you know, why you so sad? Have you no happiness in life? Jesus, Jesus, why? Y'all got no happiness. Jeez. Yo, making the children angry. Then they don't know how to like each other. They don't even know how to handle conflict. They don't even know how to talk to each other. And then when you have children that are on spectrums, they don't know how to just love on people, and even though they're different. I was taught to love everybody. So I would sit at the tables with all the people from all the different classes. I didn't care if you was in the class with the hand. It did not matter to me. You're my friend. My best friend used to mess with me in high school. She'd be like, here come your friend, my sister friend, because that was my friend. I can't remember her name, but she was, God, what she had, but she just loved me and I loved her back. Because that's what my mom taught me to be. You don't be mean to nobody just because they might be different, have a deformity. You love on them. You know what I'm saying? You love them no different because they're people too. No happiness. The man replied, we scarcely know the meaning of that word. We toil to live. We work to live. Our people, that's what they do. They work to live. They live to eat. They don't eat to live. They live to eat. It's the opposite. But they toil to live, work to live. And bless the day when we can cease our toil and lay down and rest in Buddha's city of the unalive. And Jesus' heart was stirred. Man, I'm telling my heart be so stirred watching people just angry and unhappy with themselves. Jesus' heart was stirred with pity and with love for these poor toilers. And he said, Toil should not make a person sad. It shouldn't. It shouldn't make you sad when you toil. I love being a hairstylist. I love making my products and talking to people. I love bringing people together. When I cook in the kitchen and entertain you at my house, I love it because I love watching people eat. I love getting people full. I love it. I love to toil and be a service to others. I sure do. Didn't know this was why I loved it so much. All praises due to Allah. His heart was so stirred and with pity and with love for these poor toilers. He said, toil should not make a person sad. You working shouldn't make you sad. Men should be the happiest when they toil. You should be excited when you toil. So that's why you shouldn't just go out and get a job and just do these things because you're not, it's no happy, it's not gonna be no happiness there. You don't have no happiness in it. Islam. Toil should not make a person sad. Man should be the happiest when they toil. When hope and love are back of toil, then all of life is filled with joy and peace. And this is heaven. Do you not know that such a place is for you? That's a question, people. That's a question. Do you not know that such a place is for you? Do you not know that? Do you know that? People in the chat on TikTok, you can say yes. Do you know that there's a place for you? The man replied, of heaven, we have heard of it, because that's what most people gonna say. Heaven, what you mean? Heaven, I heard of heaven. But when it's so far away, and we must live so many lives, we gotta live so many lives before we could reach that place. And Jesus said, my brother man, my brother man, my brother man. Jesus, Jesus is like, Jesus, my brother man, Jesus. My brother, man, your thoughts are wrong. Your heaven is not far away. It is not a place of meets and bounds. It is not a country to be reached. It is a state of mind. Heaven is a state of mind. It's what you make it. You make your own heaven, your own hell. Allah never made a heaven for a man. He never made a hell. We are creators and we make our own. You make your own happiness. You make your own hell. You make your own heaven. Nobody's making that for y'all around here. So you can't blame not a politician. You can't blame nobody. You're the creator. You create your own. Handle your stuff, y'all. Now cease to seek for heaven in the sky. Y'all need to stop thinking it's up there in the sky when it's in you. It's in your sky. It's in the sky that is in you. That's where this heaven is. Just open up the windows of the heart, and like a flood of light, a heaven will come and bring a boundless joy. Then the toil will be no cruel task. That is so true. I'm telling y'all, I woke up this AM. I said to myself about this energy that is around me. I said, you know what? You have to stop saying you don't know. You do know. You know. You know exactly how you're feeling. You know exactly what this energy is doing to you and how it's coming at you. And this time you ain't gonna get an attitude just because the person ain't moving in the way you feel they need to move. So check your attitude, shawty. Check it. Check. Right on. You're right. But when I got up, I said, I see what it is. I have learned to love myself so much over these past, let's see, how long was I with Harvey? 3 years. This has been the past 5 years. Because y'all didn't, nobody ever knew I was in a whole relationship for 3 years, living with a whole brother. Nobody knew that because he just, well, he was doing his thing, but he was a hard worker. He was dope, a mechanic, just a dope brother that I was involved with for 3 years. But didn't make me, he never was at home. He stayed gone to 6, 7 in the morning. I always seemed like he was with someone, but he had a drug problem. So then it made sense. I didn't know, I've only been with brothers that smoke weed. So where are they going but on the couch to go watch the movie or play a game, listen to music? I never have been with a real drug addict. So I ain't saying that because to me, weed ain't really a drug, but whatever you want to call it, hey, Tylenol is a drug. But what I'm saying is, he had some habits that it wasn't me. And I'm me being this Moorish woman with these morals and principles. And as I was telling One of the sheiks the other night, I had a brother that said that to me, like, dang, I want to be with you, but dang, you be for real about your principles and morals. Yes, I am. Because I love Prophet Noble True Ali. I told you I was married to him before. That card sit right next to me. I'm a Queen of Hearts, and that Six of Spades sit right next to me. I said, whoa, that's something. All right. So it makes sense why my energy is the way it is for the prophet. Why I'm moving the way I do for the prophet. Because this has been such a staple in my life, especially as an adult. But I could see where it was coming from because I wanted all my boys to be a part of the Nation of Islam. I said they the only ones act like they got some sense, and I don't want my children out here acting crazy. I didn't want them part of the YN movement, but hey, they're a part of that generation. So you can't help it. It is what it is at this point. So when Allah says Allah, I mean Jesus said Allah never made a heaven for man, he never made a hell. We are creators and we make our own. Now cease to seek for heaven in the sky. Just open up the windows of your heart and like a flood of light, a heaven will come and bring a boundless joy. Then the toil will be no cruel task, y'all. That's an application of learning how to obtain happiness. That's an instruction. Stop looking in the sky. Let's go within. Let's look within and see where this comes from. The people were amazed and gathered close to hear this strange young master speak. He was young, so he was over some demonstrating, imploring him to tell them more about the Father God Allah, about the heaven that men can make on earth, about the boundless joy. And Jesus spake a parable. He said, a certain man possessed a field. The soil was hard and poor. But by constant toil, he scarcely could provide food to keep his family from want. If anybody knows what it is to go without. Because a lot of people are finding out what that is right now. They might just be finding out, ain't never experienced it growing up. They just finding it out though. They learning now. They like, dang, are you serious? This is what this is about. What you mean I'm not gonna have food stamps? What you mean I'm not gonna have Section 8? What you mean I can't have? What you mean I can't have? You can have. You just gotta learn how to create your own stuff now. That's why you see people creating their own through COVID. You had the most millionaires. After this one, it's gonna be the most billionaires ever made because the wake up gonna be real, and you're gonna have to realize you can't keep depending on all this stuff because you're toiling scarcely. You're not even digging, you're toiling scarcely. So how can you provide food to keep your family from want? So one day a miner comes along to you as you're doing your thing. A miner comes along. You know what miners do? They dig deep. Miners dig deep, baby. They ain't surface level digging, trying to just pick up what's coming off the surface. They going up under it. So one day a miner who can see beneath the soil. So miners can see beneath the soil. In passing on his way, saw this poor man in his unfruitful field. So he saw this poor man come out in this unfruitful field. It's a big old field. Man got about 20 acres. What the heck is going on? Why ain't nothing growing over there? I'm a miner. I see something deep over there. He called the weary toiler. Come here, let me holler at you, brother. Come here, brother. Come here. Let me holler at you. Let me holler at you. Hold on, y'all. I don't have my fan in here because it be making too much noise. Excuse me. Um, Come here, bro. Let's holler. Let's have a talk. And I like to put this in a better sense where we can understand it because I think we get so caught in the they and the thy and the boo and the. We need stuff in our language. So we're not changing the color of the text at all, but we're bringing it to a more way of everyone, whether young or old, can understand what's going on here, can really get it and understand something's there, right? So my bro, what they say, bruh, my bruh. Know you not that just below the surface of your barren field, rich treasures lie concealed? Do you not know beneath that barren field that you keep thinking is barren, is some stuff? You got some stuff in there. It's rich treasures that lie concealed. You plow and sow and reap in a scanty way. And we do, even when we're working for the things we want. We do it in a scanty way. We ain't doing it because we really want to do it, because it ain't something we really want to do. We talking about that's what I have to do. But that's sad because then it makes you not love what you're doing. You should do things because you love what you do. My mom raised me like that because I watched her work for social services for almost 50 years and she was never happy. You come home angry, sad, because you got to listen to all them sad cases and deal with people that are disrespectful. And so her energy came home with her. You know what I'm saying? It came home with her. So that's why I say I stuck to do something that makes me happy. And hair always made me happy. So for me, I love that. And I've plowed and sewed scanty even in being a hairstylist. So don't think that that's something that's just all fun and games, because ain't nobody even telling you about that. In my course, I'm going to tell you about it. So these 7-day, you can get a cosmetology license is a joke. Because once you learn what it is to really get in here and have to work, it ain't as simple as you think it is. And just because you got a popping uh, social media don't mean nothing no more either. Because a lot of y'all are fabricating these pictures and y'all using AI. And if I catch any of y'all with mine, I'm suing. If I see any of my stuff AI anything and got your name on it, because I know my stuff, I can get you for it. Infringing on using my stuff because you have no right to use it. You don't. So that's why it's important that you learn how to work for your own stuff. Islam? So you plow and sow and reap in a scanty way. And day by day, you tread upon a mine of gold and precious stones. Day by day, you tread upon this stuff and you ain't even paying attention. That's why I say more people need to be listening to this stuff and on these lives, but you'll get on a live with somebody that's not even giving you anything, nothing that's feeding the soul, like my brother CeeLo, soul food, any of those. You ain't doing that. You want to stay this structure, okay, so we can stay independent? No, we got to start talking real to people now, because ain't nobody for all that hoopla nonsense that's going on. People really want to know how you apply this stuff. And that's what needs to be being taught. Not who did what, who, and how they did it. Let's talk about how our people can apply these amazing lessons to their life, and how it can save them from themselves. Islam, because he said you can save yourself. Islam. This wealth lies not upon the surface of the ground, but if you will dig away the rocky soil and delve down deep into the earth, you need no longer till the soil for naught. And that rocky soil is your brain. This is your brain on drugs. This is your brain on drugs. Dig up under that rocky soil, because when you dig deep down, miners dig deep and delve down deep into the earth, you need no longer till for the soil for naught. Because once you dig down into this earth and find out that it's yours, you ain't gonna never not have anything. You're gonna not have things because you did that to yourself. Not because you didn't know how to apply it, because there's plenty of videos and plenty of people out here speaking the same language. It's just whether you want to follow suit with it. So it's up to you, because we're in this time. And you're going to see how swiftly things are going to swiftly change these next couple of days. You're going to see how quick time has shifted and how this portal that has opened has shifted so much that a lot of people ain't ready for what's to come, because nobody's taking cash hardly at all anymore. The man believed the miner surely knows, and I will find the treasures hidden in my field. He said, I'll try to find the treasures hidden in my field. And then he dug away the rocky soil right up under that brain, kept digging in that brain. I gotta go deep. Something ain't right. That was me. Something ain't right. This ain't right. I know, Morris, it sounds amazing, but it's deeper than this, Morris. It's deeper than this. It's deeper than this name. It's deeper than this energy y'all give it. It's deeper. I'm a miner's great grandchild. My great grandfather was a miner. He came over the border by Billy the Kid, baby, as a miner. So it's in me already. It's in me. These things ingrained in me. Music, minor. Hey, all these minors and musics and all of this stuff. This artistic mix of who I am and who we are. So when I do get ready to present this situation after this chapter, my goodness, I'm so excited about it. Hopefully I can share my screen on StreamYard. You guys will just have to go over to YouTube and watch it later on so you can see hopefully they'll come up. I'm not sure if they're going to come up correctly. but I hope they come up. Islam? Okay. So he dug deep, right? And then he dug away the soil. And deep down in the earth, he found a mine of gold. And Jesus said, the sons of men are toiling hard on desert plains and burning sands and rocky soils, are doing what their fathers did, not dreaming that they could do I else. Because as much, because every boy time I want to be like my daddy, but you don't even think you can do I else. You don't think you can do nothing else. You should be doing something else. If they did that already, do something else. They did that already. So you're toiling hard on desert plains and burning sands and rocky soils, doing what your fathers did, and you're not dreaming about what you could do. What can you do to make it a better situation and a better world? That's why Michael Jackson said, "Feed the world, make it a better place for you and for me, and the whole human race." There are people that are unalive. Really, that's why "The Man in the Mirror" is such an important song because you need to look at it so you can know how to apply these things. So, behold, a master comes and tells them of a hidden wealth, Islam, thank you, Prophet Novatrali, that underneath the rocky soil of carnal things are treasures that no man can count, that in the heart, the richest gems abound. In your heart. I'm telling you, that's where the love is. Loving yourself. I'm telling you, I learned that. I woke up, I ain't had sleep in 3 days. We're understanding what this really means now, what it means to love yourself. You'll attract yourself. And it doesn't, you'll get to see yourself like a mirrored image, like, dang, that's me, and that's what I deserve. And you don't have to question it. You deserve everything that you've been asking for. Islam, everything. Let me tell you. As long as you're keeping it from a loving place and it's not to harm or hurt no one. He comes and tells of a hidden wealth that underneath the rocky soil of carnal things are treasures that no man can count, that in the heart the richest gems abound, and that he who wills may open the door and find them all. And then the people said, make known to us the way that we may find the wealth that lies within the heart. And Jesus opened up the way. The toilers saw another side of life, and toil became joy. So then toil became a joy to them. They was like, man, okay, man, I'm about to go over here and build me a house, about to cut me some hair. Man, I know I could do way more than what my daddies did. Man, they did that. They got whipped on their back and they got her. Man, I know I could, I'm still here. Let me go make some stuff happen. No, we allow what's called YN generation to just get messed up out here in these streets. We did. We allowed them to get messed up. So we're gonna go into the rest of this lesson so I can get off because how long have I even been off here? Let me see. 127. Okay, because Facebook doesn't give me a timestamp. Oh yes, it is. 110. So we are going to go over this. I'm not gonna share my screen yet over here. Yes, it is. Okay, I got to see how we're gonna do it. It's probably gonna kick me off for a moment because I have to read this. Like it's important. Because it's not. I don't know. My whole system just it didn't do me right today. It just did. So, with that being said, okay, we're gonna start sharing this screen over here on StreamYard because, well, I hope so. How do I share the screen over? I'm on this phone. So, is that the share screen? That's not the share screen. That's the other thing, girl. Where is the share screen thing? That's not it. Nope. That's not the share screen. Hmm. Share the screen. Let's see. Share the screen. Share the screen. I can't figure out where to share the screen is. Hmm. See, this phone does not work the same as. I don't know. Where is the screen share? Nah, I went to screen share. I guess I might. Can I screen? No, I don't want a folder. I want a screen share. This thing is not letting. She's like, no, that's not what we're doing here. We're not doing none of that. You ain't doing none of that. Um, is it a screen share? I guess you can't get screen share on the phone. Okay, so we can't do the screen share on the phone for me to show y'all the map. So I'm gonna have to put the maps up later. I will put them up on social media so this you can view them for your pleasure. And I'm gonna put a YouTube video that is actually dispelling it too to say this is not America's birth certificate and they just gave it to America. They just went and gave it to us too. So it's not. It's not. It's not. It's not, right? This so okay, so here we go. Egypt. Oh, excuse me. The divine instructions from the Holy Prophet, please excuse me, no disrespect. Chapter 47. Egypt, the capital empire of the Dominion of Africa. Egypt, the capital empire of the Dominion of Africa. Chapter 47. Egypt, comma, the capital empire. Egypt, comma, the capital empire of the Dominion of Africa. Egypt is the capital empire of the Dominion of Africa. Islam. The inhabitants of Africa are the descendants of the ancient Canaanites from the land of Canaan. Old man Cush and his family are the first inhabitants of Africa who came from the land of Canaan. His father Ham and his family were second. Then came the word Ethiopia, which means demarcation line of the dominion of Amexem, the first true and divine name of Africa. Islam, Amexem, is the first. Come on, while we talking about Africa. Afari. Afari ain't got nothing to do with a Mexum. And I just told you that this continent is a Mexum. So where Africa again? Oh my goodness, where is the original place again? The whole place is yes. But where did it start first? Okay, I'm just saying. Because as much as I go back in AI, Mesoamerica, then Mesoamericans, then Mesos, then Mesos, then Mesos. Islam. So then came the word Ethiopia, which means the demarcation line of the dominion of Amexem, the first true and divine name of Africa, the dividing of the land between the Father and the Son, which is number 89. Number 89. Oh, I cut my finger yesterday. Number 89. Let me go to number. Oh, yeah, that worked. Okay. So in number 89, because that was a note in here. So when it says the land that Ethiopia, which means demarcation line, right? So Ethiopia in our 101s, number 89, our 101 questions, as Akhenaten would always teach me, it's the quest I'm on. So this is the quest I'm on. So it's a question and it has a response to it. Question and response all the time. The prophet's not going to leave you just out there wandering in the wilderness by yourself. He's going to at least give you a remedy to help you in this study of self. Islam. So in 89, it says, what does Ethiopia mean? Ethiopia means something divided. So he's taking you to where at least you can confirm that. And then if you dig deep and really see, because it may not surface levelly give you that it means that. It might not say, yeah, it means divided. You got to go in to really dig, like I told you the minor does, so that you can see where it's at and see how they underline to change the complexion of things. So that means change the text of it so you don't know that's really what it is. Islam. So, the dominion of Cush, northeast and southeast Africa, and northwest and southwest was his father's dominion of Africa. I still ain't seen middle in none of that. I ain't seen it said middle northeast, middle southeast, middle northwest, or middle southwest. What's Islam? The demarcation. What separated? Because if a mid, that means middle point. What do you mean middle point? Midwest, mid this, Midwest, the Mid East. All right, Midwest, Mid East. Come on now. No. Okay. So in later years, many of their brothers from Asia and the Holy Lands joined them. The Moabites from the land of Moab, who received their permission from the pharaohs of Egypt. I still am digging into this part. Of Egypt to settle and inhabit Northwest Africa. They were the founders and are the true possessors of the present Moroccan Empire. That's why the prophet brings it in the way he does. And it's a Moroccan Empire. They didn't say Morocco, the country. The country. I told you we a continent. See, that's what y'all keep forgetting. It's a continent. That's a country. And there's many countries in continents, but that's a country. That's the Morocco country. Moroccan Empire. We say Moroccan Empire. That's bigger than that. With their Canaanite, Hittite, and Amorite brother, who sojourned from the land of Canaan seeking new homes. Their dominion and habitation extended from northeast and southwest Africa, across the great Atlantis, even into the present North, South, and Central America, and also Mexico and the Atlantis Islands before the great earthquake, which caused the great Atlantic Ocean. So the other night, somebody came on when me and brother Maurice was on. It was about 1 in the morning, we on building. Because I'm playing music. I couldn't go to sleep. I told you I was on one. So I'm DJing on TikTok, having me a good old time. And we start talking. This dude come in and talking about, y'all sound goofy. Atlanta is Atlantis. In my head, I'm like, what? And then so Sheik went in to say something because it was crazy. He just came and talk about you're goofy. And in our head, he said, man, let me tell you something. So of course he was coming out of this chapter to tell him. I don't know if the young man heard it or not, but it just be funny. It's like, really, that's what you thought in your head. And have you ever been to Atlanta? Has anybody ever been to the city of Atlanta but the people that come here to visit? And even when you come visit, you probably just downtown. You ain't went nowhere away from your hotel to even know what Atlanta is about. So Atlanta is only so many square miles. So how can it only be Atlantis? Is Atlanta? You sound goofy. It was like, no, you sound goofy. Nobody sounds goofy, but if you can learn these lessons so you can understand where all that comes from, because it is a lot of misinformation out here. But the prophet gave it to us in lessons that are to be understood, especially by those that have studied it. So we should be able to go out and teach it to the people. That's why Act 6 is important. We know that we, as the members of the Moorish Science Temple of America, with us all members must, excuse me, with us, all members must proclaim their nationality, and we are teaching our people their nationality and their divine creed, that they may know that they are a part and partial of this said government, and know that they are not Negroes, colored folks, black people, or Ethiopians, because these names were given to slaves by slaveholders in 1779 and lasted until 1865. I just told you this map came out in 1507. So-called Columbus got here in 1492. We was here way before that. Go back. The Moors ruled from 711 forever. Good Lord, to 14. That's a long time to be ruling because we were noble people anyway. Islam, noble people anyway. Thank you, Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Islam. So those were names given to slaves by the slaveholders in 1779. Slavery was over in 1865. Today, y'all still think you're slaves. You still talking about somebody still got you in bondage. No, slavery was over in 1865, y'all. You chose to stay a slave by doing what you're doing now. Showing up for their stuff, it ain't your stuff. Throwing their money on the altar, your ancestors ain't on that dollar bill. That's why this dollar is over with. And now you're going to be looking around wondering how you going to spend anything. Thank you for the gifts in the heart. How you going to spend anything? Because none of that look like you. So you've been honoring gods of Europe that look nothing like you. And you've been running behind them like they got something to offer you with the rest of these goofy people that you see out here on the stage and dancing and performing for y'all and entertaining y'all because y'all love to be entertained. That was during the time of slavery, but this is a new era of time now, and all men now must proclaim Islam must proclaim their free national name to be recognized by the government in which they live and the nations of the earth. This is the because you ain't even gonna be recognized by the nations of the earth. So you can take black, Negro, colored. You can take all these labels, non-binary. You're this, you're that. It ain't gonna be recognized by no nation. Not here or nowhere else around the world. They are not going to notice you. So you become a slave again. You become enslaved again just based on the labels that you're putting on yourself. Because now they're telling you you got a right to choose. You ain't got to choose nothing if you don't want to. But don't act like you in the fold of the humans when it go down. Don't come over here talking about, but wait, no, that ain't what that is. That ain't what it says. So you're a fraud and you're being a fake. You're acting like the pretendians and everyone else. Islam. The only way your free national name is going to be recognized by the government in which you live is if you proclaim your nationality. It's not going to be recognized any other way. So y'all can go fill out all the paperwork, pay people thousands of dollars to give you this and give you that. If you don't properly do it, they ain't properly going to recognize you. And that's why they looked at them as so-called terrorists, because you're doing stuff in a way that you didn't even need to. You have the right to this stuff. So you going to file paperwork about something and being radical about it did not do you no justice. You just supposed to be going to be just as noble and amazing and put the people on notice of who you are and keep it moving and live your life accordingly. Don't go get no nationality card and then get out here and act a fool and think that that nationality card was going to excuse your nonsense. It does not excuse it, guys. It don't. You have to be noble. Noble Drew Ali as well. So you won't be recognized by the government in which you live or the nations of the earth. So the whole earth ain't going to recognize you with all these different names. This is the reason why Allah, the great God of the universe, ordained noble Drew Ali, the prophet, to redeem his people from their sinful ways. The Moorish Americans are the descendants of the ancient Moabites who inhabited the northwestern and southwestern shores of America. Of Africa, Africa, Egypt, the capital empire of the Dominion of Africa. I just told you, this is the empire. That Morocco you see over there is a country. Islam, because we're a whole continent. North America is a continent, it's not a country. So you can't, this ain't a country that you could reach. Come on, man, it's not. It's a state of mind. Heaven's a state of mind. Heaven is going to constantly be a state of mind. It's not going to change because truth never changes, it passes away. Period, point blank. So, when with their Canaanite, Hittite, and Amorite brethren who sojourned from the land of Canaan seeking new homes, their dominion and inhabitation extended from northeast and southwest Africa across the great Atlantis, even into the present North, South, and Central America. Okay, those are continents. Those are continents, not countries. Okay. even unto the present North, South, and Central America, and also Mexico. I'm from Colorado. That's old Mexico. Not going to tell you 10 times more. It's old Mexico. Sit right next to Colorado is New Mexico. No, the money is not real, love. It's not real at all. And I'm seeing it even more when I try to go spend some money yesterday. I was like, well, look, I got this little change and I'm hungry. I was like, oh, we don't even take cash here. I was like, oh, boy, this is happening. Yeah, okay now. They ain't taking no cash. They want that cash. That stuff ain't doing nothing for them but turning and getting wet and falling into this trash. It's wrong. That's so true. You're right, Divine Love. You are so right. Okay, so the River Nile was dredged. You could go see that at the Cahokia Mound. You could go look at the Mississippi River. You could watch how it was dredged, how this thing went down, and how she was able to dredge it. Queen, was it Queen Meat that dredged the I gotta go back and remember who dredged it. But the River Nile was dredged and made by the ancient pharaohs of Egypt in order to trade with the surrounding kingdoms. Also, the Niger River was dredged by the great pharaoh of Egypt in those ancient days for trade, and it extends eastward from the River Nile westward across the Great Atlantic. That's what we're talking about, the Mississippi River. You can even talk about the River Jordan. The River Jordan spills out in Moab, Utah. When it turns around and shoots back down to go back out, it starts at in Moab, Utah. That's where it's at. So if you study the Cahokia Mounds, if you go and see them, you can see that how all of this happened, how all of this was there. Islam, it's beautiful, beautiful to see it. Islam. So, um, according to all true divine records of the human race, there is no Negro, black, or colored race attached to the human family. No, shorty, it ain't. I told you, Jesus, y'all don't understand it. Jesus, 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 Jesus. Whew. There is not. That's not attached to the human family. Because all inhabitants of Africa were and are of the human race, descendants of the ancient Canaanite nation from the holy land of Canaan, which your ancient forefathers were, you are today without a doubt or contradiction. And even in your energy and spirit, you're like them. Let me tell you something. Our ancestors, before I continue, my ancestors, them Mayans and them, they used to stab themselves in the tongue with obsidian tails so that they can sacrifice their blood to the earth. Tell me this stuff is nothing new. When I read that, I said, what? I said, I couldn't think of it the other night. I was like, obsidian tails. I said, oh, that's like that. I heard them things got all kind of spikes, and I got a cut on my hair like an obsidian cut me. So they was jabbing in their tongue by themselves. Oh, you got to be serious about your God to do that, right? I ain't never told you that. Mama ain't never told you to be wasting that. Because even in our circle seven, don't give me no your waste. Put it on the table of the poor. Put it on the table of the poor. Don't bring it to me. I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want your blood. I don't want no blood sacrifice. I don't want none of that. That's you. You decided to do that. Allah never told you that. Allah, the mama, Allah never told you to do that. If the father told me, maybe I don't know, but Allah never told you to do that. Mama ain't telling you to hurt yourself. You know, daddy, you fall. He's like, get up. You a man. You all right. Mama like, oh, my baby. So ain't nobody told you to do that. They was doing this stuff themselves, thinking that that's what Venus wanted from them. So they've always done these things. Like I said, go look up WikiLeaks. If you don't know anything, baby, wiki, shut up. Wiki. They've always told you this stuff was going on. So this stuff has been going on for ancient times too, because these are the things that got us in our way. We were doing things that the fathers did, not thinking we could do anything different. So you still doing bloodletting ceremonies and things like this, communions and stuff that you ain't got no business doing that ain't nobody told you to go do. That's you. That's what you decided. When you watch our brother Raku, what he say? Yeah, real Islam didn't come around until like 733. That religious stuff, and ours is forever ancient old because it was a way of life. It's a faith. It ain't got nothing to do with religion. So if you decide that's what you want to follow and you want to go to a masjid, you want to do it, that's you. But once you find out God's self, you don't need all that. Because even when whatchamacallit showed up, who showed up to see Jesus, he said, I had to realize he wasn't even in the building dwelling. Wait, I was looking for him in this place. It really came showed up in a being, in a person. So you got to look for this deeper than that. Islam. Okay, and that's why I say we shouldn't speak against others because they're your cousins. Your cousins traded on you. Your cousins. We was hurting ourselves. We doing something we got to. Cousins traded on us. Your cousins are trading on you right now. That's why the snitch thing is the thing now because all y'all will snitch on each other. Told you I got a son to tell you in a minute. Don't take me nowhere with you if you gonna do something because I'm gonna tell. Because my daddy told me don't let nobody get you in trouble. My ex-husband used to drill that in my children's head. You better let somebody get you in trouble if you want to. He gonna give you the business. He gonna get in the business. I'm telling you, one of my sons, his whole body frame, it was like in his room. His daddy threw him through the wall. He was so mad at him. And the body, it was like, it was like the wall. Not you. It's funny now because my son was just, he was off the chain. He wanted to be like his dad. That's what they say. You keep doing what your daddy do and you ain't trying to do nothing else. And that's what one that got in trouble. So, he was like, and I'd be like, man, you like getting in trouble? What's up? So it's, you can't let people get you in trouble. Don't let nobody get you in trouble. That's why I say the snitching thing real right now. It's real, real. Your cousins went and signed these treaties without your permission. We was not a part of them treaties. A lot of that stuff was fictitiously done, a legal fiction, as they call it. It was a legal fiction. You can look up the word. I described it. You can look it up if you need to. But it's legal fiction. So none of that stuff is real. All the paper that you want to sign is paper. That's why they ain't taking money no more. So what you gonna do now that you can't go sign no papers about this, my trust, this mine, and give me my this and give me my that? You better show up because now it's about the way you show up. That's why Trump said it's gonna be about your merit and experience. What kind of merit you really hold to this place? Are you just talking about what merit you hold? Because it is going to be about your merit and your experience. So those of us that's been busting our butts and forever, and yeah, it will be. It will be. And it'll be based off of merit. Because there's a lot of people out here that got merit and people that ain't got even an inch of merit up there doing stuff they ain't got no business doing. That's why you're watching all these people go to jail now. Obama been locked up. I say it if I want to. Y'all can put that man on there with that manifesto. I'm gonna keep saying that too. With that pistol with all the stuff on it, and he took out them babies, and he act like he was a woman, but he's a boy. So that don't make it look good to that community. Because, like I said, everybody because they're a certain way don't make them bad. It's bad in everything, but it's amazing, amazing people over in that community too that I love dearly. Transgender, LGBTQ. A lot of my LGBT friends I don't even associate with that, though. I'm going to be honest. They're just who they are, and I love them for that. They don't need a letter behind them. They don't need a label. They comfortable in their skin. And amazing people. So everybody ain't like that. But when it's coming from some sick people that ain't never let their children heal, some sick people that'll let their children go do anything and make any decision. I have a son, he had a teacher like that. Her son was 12 years old and went and got a change. You don't know what that mentally doing to nobody. At least I can say for my people that done it, they wait till they was adults. At least old enough to make the decision for themselves and wasn't nobody making no decision for them. And that's the most sickest thing you could do. Like you got to be a sick individual to want your child to be that little and doing things like that to their body, botching up their body like that. And they're not even old enough to understand really what's going on with them. What your ancient forefathers were, you are today without a doubt or contradiction. I just told you our ancients did that stuff too. So how you shift this thing? Because your ancients was doing some stuff too. They was ratchet. Stop thinking they was perfect. They was ratchet. Because we just as ratchet. And we need to stop front like we got it all together because ain't none of us got it together, baby. None of us. Show me one on flaws. Step forward. Anybody can't talk. You talk about Jezebel all the time. Let me see what y'all got. What y'all got working? Who cast the first stone? I wish you would throw a rock at a glass house. Point one finger out and point three back at you. Period. Point blank. I tell you, when I'm talking to y'all, I'm talking to myself all the time. There is no one who is able to change man from the descendant nature of his forefathers. So you can't change man. I don't care what kind of surgery you get, you can't change us from our descendant nature. Our descendant nature. Our descendant nature is Islam. You'll never change us from that. It don't matter what you go out here and try to do to your bodies, people. Your descendant nature is Islam. Regardless of how you feel about it, your descendant nature is peace with everything. Peace with the plants, peace with the animals, peace with your family, peace with yourself. Peace with yourself first. Because I told you this loving of yourself, I'm going to explain to y'all at the end how I found this love for myself and this reflection of the love for myself that showed up. And I'm like, oh my God, that's what that feels like. And today I seen what it felt like. I said, oh my God, this is beautiful. Thank you for me learning how to love myself. Because now I can see the person, it in the person that I see. And I'm like, wow, look at that. The similarity is crazy. Islam. There's no one that can change man from the descendant nature. So no matter where you go to do it, you can't. Nobody can change your mind. You doing this to yourself, right? So unless his power extends beyond the great universal creator, Allah himself. Can you go above Allah himself? I just want to know to change your descendant nature. You can't. The holy and divine laws are from the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, the founder of the uniting of the Moorish Holy Temple of Science. Reason why holy ain't there no more and they like the MSTA because ain't nothing holy about the movement. When something's holy, like the Holy Bible or the holy this, it means it's holistic. When we say we use holistic medicine, that means it's whole. There's nothing broke. There's no added chemical to that. There ain't no change of complexion to that. There's none of that. It's holistic. So holy ain't there no more because ain't nothing holy about the movement. Nobody is standing up to be holy enough to represent it in a holy way. So that's why it's a business. Islam. It's the civics, yes it is, but it's business and it's civics, divine, it's all of that. But you have to create the divine. You need to be the one to create the divinity. A piece of paper ain't gonna create that divinity for you. That divinity comes from within. Divine comes from within you. That's why these are instructions and not constructions. They're instructions. So they instruct from within, not out. Islam. So these holy and divine laws are from the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, the founder of the United of the Moorish Holy Temple of Science. These laws are to be strictly preserved by the members of all the temples of the Moorish Holy Temple of Science. I told you I have a holy Quran of the Moorish Holy Temple of Science. I don't have the Quran of the Moorish Science Temple of America. I have the Moorish Holy Temple of Science Quran. That they will learn to open their meeting and guide it according to the principles. Don't matter you open it on time, you gotta guide it guide it according to the principles of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. So because you're on time, that's cool. I mean, we should be on time for our meeting, but you need to guide it according to love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Every subordinate temple of the Grand Major Temple of the Holy Temple of Science, if you ask me, is to form under the covenant of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, and create their own laws and customs in conjunction with the laws of the holy prophet, not of Prophet Noble Drew Ali, but of the holy prophet in the Grand Temple. I, the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. See, it's the words he used, and you have to pay attention to his wording. You have to pay attention. I'm a philosopher. I'm a Sagittarius, y'all. I'm a philosopher. I'm going to pay attention to people's words. I don't care how you can be as eloquent as you want to be. Them soft persuasions do nothing for me. How it sounds. I mean, people that sold me dreams forever, so can't nobody sell me one. That's why. And I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for being a philosopher. I'm grateful for being the one that wanted to come and find the truth. So grateful for all of it. Islam, so much gratefulness. I, the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, was sent by the great God Allah to warn all Asiatics. That means every last one of us. That ain't got nothing to do with because you don't know what Asiatic means. It has everything to do with each and every one of y'all. If you share brown skin, copper skin, dark skin, you black, whatever you want to call yourself, black, Negro, color, white, Indian, it applies to you. Stop thinking this don't apply to you because you ain't never heard it before. It applies to you and you need to get your life together too. We all got to get it together, don't we? So, you can create your own customs in conjunction with the laws of the Holy Prophet and the Grand Temple. The Prophet Noble Drew Ali was sent by Great Allah to warn all Asiatics of America to repent from their sinful ways before the great and lawful day, which is sure to come, and it's here, baby. It's here. It's here. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. It's here. That's why I read you about the finding your happiness, being at the spring, teaching them people about eternal happiness. Eternal means forever. That means it don't stop. He didn't say teaching them happiness for the day. He said eternal happiness. That's deep. That's like the miner. I told you the miner said, man, he was over there digging. And I was watching him from over here like, dang, I'm a miner. I know, I see it. I can see up under the dog. He got all kind of food up under there. What is wrong with him? He got potatoes and carrots and what? He got basil. He got all kind of. He don't even know what that is. And you think because they done dried and linked over, you got to cut them all down. It's one where he done cut all his food away because you don't realize you can't take down everything with a broken blade, just like a person. Because they got broken blades don't mean they ain't worthy to be loved on. That's why I say you gotta learn how to love instead of hate, but the love gotta start with you. So you gotta love your broken blades. You gotta love your broken blades too. It ain't about everybody loving your broken blade. No, it's about do you love your broken blade? How are you with your broken blades? You like your broken blades? Love on your broken blades. That's what this is about. Whether you go to church, whether you go to Maji, temple, it don't matter. Love your broken blades. Love your broken self. Love your trauma. Love on it. Love on it because it's going to help rise you up into your God self. That's why it's only 5%ers. 5% of people know that they God. 5%. Everybody, some people won't walk around like they did 15. Talk about, yeah, we good, we God, yeah, we in. That 85%, they kind of all right. The 15% trying to turn them on to get them to wake up, and it's only 5 that really know that's who they are, and that's what they stand for. You know what I'm saying? So that lawful day is here. If you didn't know it. It's been coming. It always comes. It comes and goes. The prophet said one time, he said, it's the heathen, excuse me. The heathen's going to come from afar and they're going to take everything you own in one short hour. This is why I say we got to pay attention because this time is now. You can get everything taken from you in one short hour because you're not paying attention because you think Donald Trump is against you. You're going to lose your stuff because you lost it. You ain't about to lose your stuff due to nobody else. That was to your ignorance that you didn't dig deep enough to find out who you was, who you stand for, where you supposed to be. And then when I hear y'all saying, and I'm leaving, I'm going to go to Africa. We'll go, bye. Don't come back over here when they don't accept you. When you can't walk to somebody's back door to go get you no food. But you thought that was the place to be because that's what they told you. Man knows not by being told. The Prophet Noble Drew Ali teaches that. Man knows not by being told. If you must know, since y'all know so much, then be what you know. Because that's what he said. If you know so much about this, then be what you know. Start showing up and being husbands to these women and not just lifting up the sisters' skirts. Show up, sisters, with your skirt down and your hair wrapped. Mine ain't wrapped today, wrapped on my heart, but I'm saying, The same respect we want from brothers, we must give to ourselves, and vice versa. If you're gonna lay yourself out like that, then he's gonna treat you as such. I just had a conversation with my son. He had and I had to say, "Man, my son." Let me finish. Yeah, I'm gonna tell y'all about that 1 second. The time has come when every nation must worship under its own vine and fig tree, and every tongue must confess his own. Through sin and disobedience. So through sin and disobedience, it's the only reason why we're here. We being disobedient. No matter if you go to church, you go to Hajj, you go wherever you go. I don't even know if I'm saying it right, the temple, but whoever you're up under, whatever you're doing, you're even being disobedient to the words, the instructions that they're giving you to live by. So through sin and disobedience, every nation, I don't care what color they are, where they came from, how they look, every nation has suffered slavery. We enslaved them first. They're called the Slavics. We did it first. We brought them over here first. Y'all don't ever want to talk about that, but y'all quick to point the finger talking about who took you. You was already here. Some of your cousins brought some folks over here. Your cousins brought some folks over here. It was the first ones to do that nonsense because it says it says right here. These are the prophet's words too, because the last 5 chapters, last ones are his words. Every nation has suffered slavery due to the fact that they honor not the creed and principles of their forefathers. So even the Slavic did not honor the principles of their forefathers. The so-called black, Negro, and color did not honor the creed and principles of their forefathers. The so-called African did not honor the creed and principles of their forefathers. The so-called Asians did not honor the creed of their forefathers. They ain't nobody honoring none of them. Go to China. Chinese people on the bottom of the totem pole, they like us over here. They come over here and come up because over there they're like black, Negro, and colored folks over there. Even down to the darkest Indians that come from Hindu. They don't like them. They don't accept them. The light-skinned ones, yeah. You can pass your light-skinned cousin. Because this is a light-skinned, dark-skinned thing. That is why Spike Lee brought out School Days. This is what that's about. You just ain't recognizing that. That's your cousin over there acting like that, like they bet it is. And signing treaties with people and stuff a bunch of y'all over here ain't talked about doing. Call us jigaboo if you want to. We did not ask y'all for that. We was not trying to be a part. We was not trying to sit at the table. That's what y'all wanted to do. We over here trying to be real, natural. Y'all wanted the weave, the this, the that, and just over glamorize stuff. Those over glamorized cousins of ours are the traitors. They're too caught up to be something that they're not. They're trying too hard to be everything they're not. But you can't change man's descendant nature unless you go above Allah. And none of them can. No matter how many eyelashes and how many Bentleys you drive and Teslas and none of that. And what? So what about anything you got? That stuff is nothing now. And you about to soon find out that you don't pour all that fake money into something that ain't even real. That's the honest truth. We all have. We're all victims of it. We're all stupid to have done it. Very dumb. It's called being nice because nice is being stupid. You was only being nice. That's why you fell into the stupidity. This is why the nationality of the Moors was taken away from them in 1774. Nationality was taken away from the Moors. Sure was the nationality. We talking nation. I told y'all yesterday I swear me and that sister caused a nationwide outage on Verizon. It was out for 9 hours. My phone was out for 9 hours. Couldn't get a call, couldn't get a signal, couldn't get nothing. 9 hours. Went to the store. The lady said, my phone first said, if you're traveling out of the United States, it's an outage. I said, I'm not outside of the United States. I'm in North America. That thing said, If you're traveling outside, I said, so is this not the United States no more? I'm like, wait a minute, Trump be changing stuff. I was like, maybe that ain't the United States. Oh shoot, what they doing now? I'm like, I need to go to the news. What's going on? Man, I go to that Verizon store. It's 100 people in there. That lady said, "You coming for the outage?" I was like, "Yeah." What's? She said, "We don't know when it's gonna come up. It's nationwide." I said, "Nationwide." Boy, I'm walking outside, people pissed. The man stopped me. He said, "You went into Verizon, man. I was driving Uber Eats. I was trying to make." He got his wife in the car, his baby. He's like, "We was door dashing. The phone just cut out on us." He's like, "I came over here. They talking about they don't know, man. I gotta make my money. We got a family to feed." I was like, "That's right. I got a family to feed. Family to feed. They depending on me. Depending on me. If you don't believe me," I'm like, "F you for real." Because I know what that is. Boy, we met everybody. Because that shut my money down yesterday. I made no money at that market. I made no money at that market yesterday with all that bad energy. But when I went to the precursor to the house in the park that's going down right now, oh my God, they was there. The energy was so high. I was like, yes, this is what I'm talking about. This is me. This is my crowd. I need to be around all this love. It was all them couples, and they were all coupled up. It was big brothers with little women, little brothers with big women. I mean, it was a beautiful scene. I was like, oh, they in love. These people in love, and they just house music dance, and they just all having their little fun. Everybody just doing their thing. Like, this is what I'm talking about. Okay, let's go. So in 1774, our nationality was taken away from us. And the word Negro, Black, and Colored was given to the Asiatics of America. You're Asiatic people. This don't mean nobody. You got slanted eyes too. You Asiatic too. The Asiatics of America who were of Moorish descent. Because they honor not the principles of their mother and father, and straight after the gods of Europe, which they knew nothing about. You don't know nothing about these guys. You just love running behind them because they look good. Ooh, they got a Tesla. Ooh, I want to go. Ooh, the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Them gods of Europe, you don't know nothing about. The same ones you spend on your dollar. The Andrew Jacksons and the all them other people that's on your paper money. The George Washington. The only brother on anything is the penny, and that's Abraham Lincoln. And there's still people out here telling you that Abraham Lincoln wasn't a Melungeon, wasn't a brother. He was. He was. I've dug deep into AI, and she still confirms that he was Melungeon. His mom was. He was a Moor. Stop it. That's why he's a brown man on a penny. He a copper man. Stop playing with me. The pennies were made of copper when I was growing up. So everything you spend got the gods of Europe on it. It ain't got nothing that look like you, so you don't even know you a god. You don't even know you're a god. What you want me to say? I'm a nigga. Kanye, I love you. Yeah, I love you. I love you. Oh my goodness. Yes, you straight after him. You didn't know nothing about them folks. You just was like, I would go because it just seemed like it's thing to do. I want long blonde hair too. I was like that too. I've been a hairstylist for 32 years. Believe me, I was like that too. I've had blonde hair, green hair. I've had all color hair. Weave down my back, braids all the way down my back to my waist. All the hairstyles, every hair color, chakra colors in my hair. And one time my hair was natural and curly. I had green, yellow, blue. My whole hair was not like the chakras. It was cut. It was really dope. And I thought I was gonna go meet this dude on this day. So he said, "That's got a lot of colors in your hair." Yep, this me. And I ain't about to change. All right, peace. Because I'm me. I was just very outgoing, artistic child. I told you I ain't never fit in with nobody. I ain't never tried to. I didn't want to. I ain't never want to be a part of the clique. We created our own cliques. That was the best part of how I grew up. We created our own cliques. So what the prophet brings, even in those instructions, shows you right there. Like everything this is even saying. So when you're looking up Amerigo Vespucci, how do you say it? That's who America is named after. They stole a whole continent from us, y'all. I'm gonna have to put the maps up on social media so you guys can see them. But they literally, that's what they did. They just snatched the whole continent from us. Like I spoke on Friday, millions of acres was taken from the Cherokees, the Choctaws, the Seminoles too. The Seminoles just was like, y'all ain't taking everything though. I ain't trying to hear none of that. No, y'all ain't. You know what I'm saying? We gonna roll tide on your behind. That's why you roll tide so serious down there in them Alabama streets. Because as you looked at our ancestors, all of that was theirs. They lost millions of acres through the Trail of Tears, being pushed to the Midwest to be pushed into Mexico. They was trying to push them into the water on the other side. That eventually became California. Islam. So it's so good when you know your history. That's why I know where I know my history. My grandmother made sure she told me, your great grandma, oh Mexican, you're a Mexican. I'm a Mexican. Your granddad was Cherokee. My mama's side, she a Choctaw and a Cherokee all the way, full blood. They tried to tell my uncle, you're 80, what did they tell my uncle? You're 82% black, you're 10% American Indian. I looked at him, I said, these people that lost that. I'm looking at my uncle like, oh, they got him. I'm like, Uncle John, there's no way that's possible. There's no such thing as that. What do you mean? 82%. What? Oh, okay. So when knowing that my mom and her siblings are 100% full-blooded American Indian, or whatever they would call them, Mayans, Aztecs, Choctaw, however you want to put it. They're those original people. They never went anywhere. People that, but they're not here anymore. That's a lie. They didn't get them all out because they didn't come to Colorado like that. Everybody was going there and they were making a life for themselves. They might have purchased it with the Louisiana Purchase. And then Colorado was lost as being Mexico in the Mexican War. But Mexico went all the way up to Canada, Charlie. So now when my friends say, I want to go to Mexico, well, when you want to go to Colorado? I'll take you anytime you want to go to Mexico. We go to Colorado, we go to Kansas. Where y'all want to go? We can go to any of these places. Where you want to go to Mexico? We can go. It ain't far. It ain't a country to be reached. You know what I'm saying? This is a state of mind. Everything's in your mind. Everything's in your mind. So I'm going to tell y'all about what my son said before I conclude this session. Son called me today. My oldest son. I love my children, man. I just am so grateful. They're just growing up and they're just becoming their own men, and I love it. So seeing the fruit of my labor on my children has been very special to me to see it. Because after talking to my son today, he's about to be 33 in a few days, and my oldest one and my other one will be 25 on that same day. So they share the same birthday. Don't even ask. They threes. I got all these threes for my son. So I always knew that I was going to always have three of something. So y'all know I had three teachers, and all three of my teachers' name is John. John Battle, John Keenan Bay, and John Settles Akanine. So even with my sons, I have two sons with the same birthday that are September 3rd. My other two, one is February 13th. My baby is December 13th. You see them threes, and then I'm a 19. So those threes, there's the three sets, 369, even though the two are born on the same day. So when I look at that, I'm always looking at the sequence of numbers and how they resonate with me, right? I'm like, wow, this is something. These guys, intelligent guys, right up. So he calls and he's like, yeah, mom. So he had been telling about this young lady. She I told her to hold on a second. She trying to rush things, and she don't rush things too much. She was bring me lunch. She's doing all this stuff with me, mom. And I'm like, that's cool. And my son is amazing. When I say amazing, amazing, amazing. Well, whoever his wife gonna be, she gonna be super, super lucky. He was raised by me, so of course he is. You know what I'm saying? Super lucky. He got us. I told her she needs to be a little more patient. Mom, she started to remind me, what's that movie with Martin Lawrence? I said, who? Ranch? I said, oh Lord, not a thin line between love and hate. Yes. Oh, girl tripping. I gave her some. She done lost her mind. Oh, mom, she tripping. Oh, girl, I'm one. And in my head, I'm like, wow. He said, I told her to hold on, be patient. She couldn't even be patient. We can't even be patient, so you get what you want, and then it don't go the way you want it to go. That's why I gotta be patient. Boy, when I tell you it woke me up, I said, oh boy. I said, my son that came and delivered me a message. I need to get my life together. I said, that's why I learned I fell in love with myself. Even though it's a person that the energy is coming off of, it's telling me that I love myself though. That's what it's telling me. It ain't even about the other person. It's about me. And then when my son delivered the message today, I said, I'll be doggone. I said, see, that's what got me in a situation before because I had an attitude because the person wasn't responding in the way I want. I want my response right now. No, that ain't the way. My mom was like, yeah, my son was like, you need to learn how to just be patient. My son's a Virgo. So he's very analytical. I forget what old girl, I forget what she is, but Pisces, yeah. I said, oh, she coming to teach you a lesson. I said, hold on. Wait a minute. And they tell me how crazy. I was like, oh, she going against the current, with the current. She don't know which way to go. I said, man, because Pisces are known to be really psychotic and they could be end up as serial killers. Literally, if you look over the span. My mom was a fusser. My mom's a Pisces, sweet as pie. But boy, she might get you in her dreams. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like I told you, she used to jack my sister up, so I don't know um, what that might be. But he said that, and I'm just like, wow, how we can learn that people come to teach us a lesson. Sometimes they're showing up to teach you a lesson just to love yourself more. Not even that anything's supposed to pop off between y'all. It's just, dang, is you gonna love yourself enough to know you deserve all of this right here? Do you even know that you deserve that? Do you even know your state of mind could go there? You can manifest whatever, but stop fighting the traumatized self of you and start loving your broken blades. Love on them. Learn to love yourself because I'm telling you what's going to happen. You're going to find out some things about yourself. And then when you attract that one person that's just like you, you're going to say, oh, and so many things are going to seem so familiar and so similar. And you're going to be like, wait, have I known this person before? Yeah, you have. It's you. Sure, reflection. We're nothing but a reflection of each other, y'all. That's it. That's all we are. We're just reflexes, moving, but so fast. That's it. But we share this energy, this spirit that's in us. We share it. Whether it came from our ancients, modern, we share an energy of a spirit that is so full of love that once you really know what love is, there's a song back before we leave. I want to know what love is. I want you to show me. I want to feel what love is. I know you can show me. But we got to know this for us. So then that attraction comes out because we get ourselves in these relationships we're not happy with only because we're walking around with a certain expectation of someone and we need to be expecting that of ourselves, not of the other person. But who are we? And what are we showing up as? Who are we showing up as? For ourselves first. Not just for them, because it's cool. I mean, I'll take you lunch too. I'll cook you dinner, lunch, breakfast. That's cool. And it's fine, but maybe that's doing too much. My phrase used to tell me, "Tell you such a dope woman. Stop, you just be doing too much too fast. Don't be doing so much for them niggas so fast. They don't appreciate you." Tell you that was my best friend. Like I experienced some super dope love in my life. And to me, he was like the love of my life that came. He was a Gemini, so he had to show me the two selves of me. He had to be the one to show me my two selves as that Gemini energy. That's why I love my Geminis. I love my divine love. I love my Geminis. Because Geminis teach me a lot. When they show up, they twin self just be dope as I don't know what. I mean, and they gotta show me, look, this is the cool side of you, but also know you got a nut side to you. And I'm gonna need you to understand what it is and stop acting like it ain't over there and fall in love with it. You gotta fall in love with the things that don't seem so great about you. You know what I'm saying? You gotta fall in love with that. You do. I had to fall in love with my big nose. I had to fall in love with just certain parts that I just wasn't happy with all the time. Like, oh, and Michael Jackson changed his. But this is what keeps me to show that I'm an Olmec, that I'm an Aztec, because they all have wide noses. That's why they knocked the tip off. So then we didn't even know we could sew them back on there. And be like, dang, that's what our nose is supposed to look like. So we didn't get caught up in all the looks and things. We were caught up into the the person and the energy that was being transformed between one another. That's what love is about. Love is not this physical thing we keep trying to attach to. It's just not. We're just here to experience each other, love on each other, experience each other, and care for one another. Be the best we can be to each other. Because once we're the best for ourselves, we can do it. If you can be the best for someone else, you can be the best for you. If you can pour into others, pour into you like you pouring into everyone else. That's what I done had to learn over these past 2 years that I've been in the position I've been in. Love myself enough to love myself to know I deserve better. Stop complaining about what's not there and what's not given, what I'm lacking, because that what I'm lacking is keeping me in a lackful state of mind. So that's why heaven is a state of mind. So tap into your heaven. Tap into what that feels like, what that means. Oh my heavens. Because I have a book called The War in the Woman's Head, or Heaven in Her Head, or her. Anyway, it's a brother that wrote this book, and in the book, he talks about how the woman is the heaven in his head. Like this woman is the heaven in my head. And it was the way he breaks, and the book ain't but this big. I don't know if it's somewhere around. It might be in storage, but it's about this big, and it's so beautiful. Like the way he lays it out, and he talks about the woman. Now he do talk about the things that we do and we do to ourselves, but he's talking about the love and just like man, when you're really able to connect with his sister in this way, where her mind is right, her spirit is right, then when you come together in that way, like even to lay together or any of that, is dynamic because it's an energy that's full of love. So he's like, it's the she's the heaven in my head, something like that. I'm gonna show it to y'all one day because I gotta remember the artist's name. Somebody gave me that book a long time ago. But yes, so that's what I say. Love yourself enough to love yourself. We haven't taken the time to get to know the prophet. We think we know the prophet because we can spit these words, but have you really taken the time to have an intimate relationship with the prophets? That's what this is about. Having a very intimate relationship. So when I say I was married to Prophet Noble Drew Ali, I was. I'm Pearl. I am Pearl Drew Ali. I ain't went nowhere. I could tell by my energy. My teacher said that when I first got in the movement. Brother John said, Latai, you was with the prophet in 1921. You walked with him. I didn't know what he meant by that. I was like, what is he talking about? I just was born in 1973. Until I learned what reincarnation was all about. And it's about the spirit that comes back into the person. And it doesn't have to start with a baby. The spirit lives. The spirit continues to live. It moves. That's why I said you're going to recognize your spirit in the person that you fall in love with. No matter what, if they respond to you or not, they ain't got to respond. They ain't got to never respond. You're supposed to see the love in them that you're supposed to have for yourself. That's dope as I don't know what. So talk about learning to love instead of hate. Whoa, baby. And then send somebody back at you that you was mad at because they didn't say what you needed them to say and move it the way they needed you to move. You like, hold up, wait a minute. The lesson was love you. Love you enough that you can love you so much. What I used to say, dang, sister B, I love me so much that I can love you so much. so that you can love me so much. So that we can love we so much or something. Oh, I wish I could hear him say it right now. That's what true love is to self. And he has a book called I Love Myself. I have that too. It's in storage. I have all them books. I love myself because I love myself so much that I can love you so much. That you can love you so much so that you can love me so much. That's how it goes, Sister Bashira. I love me so much that I can love you so much. That you can love you so much so that you can love me so much or something. So the rhythm. I gotta remember. I cannot use have it saying so. Mind the mind that minds your mind frequently. That frequents the mind you frequent. Mind the mind of the frequency you mind frequently on the oh man, he used to have us on one. I think I was so amazing with these words. And I love it because that's thought. He gave me my thought into Maury Science. He placed me in it to really lock it in. The keys came from Keenan. The battle was with John Battle. So I'm grateful for them three Johns. All kind of other teachers too. I can go and through the class when you come onto the school app and you're taking the class, you will hear those names that I'm gonna give honor to even through my classes, through the people that have taught me, that have sent me stuff, that have talked to me, that have helped me build our knowledge. You're going to hear these names because you're going to see a lot of the work that they maybe have given or helped me compile or whatever. It's really dope. They're dope people. So everybody in the movement ain't crazy. You know, as much as I might talk stuff about them, it ain't that they crazy. They ain't. We all got some crazy in us. But we got to learn how to love each other even in our crazy. You know what I'm saying? Even in our crazy, we got to love each other. So I wanted to come and tell y'all that today. I really trust y'all have a great Sunday. Go back and watch this video. I'm going to be putting up the maps, though. I will be putting those maps up on social media, Facebook. I'll put them up on YouTube. Maybe I'll put them up there. I'm not sure if they'll go up there, but they're on the school app, too. If you look for the Moorish Upliftment course, it's a course in divine and national consciousness. So it's more based on getting your mind to a conscious level so you can understand that you're your God self and that you can manifest anything and everything you want. It ain't got nothing to do with a magic wand. It has everything to do with the magic wand of your mind. In your mind makes it. So mind the mind that you mind frequently. Okay? Mind the mind that you mind frequently. I'm going to remember what he said. It's going to come back in the middle of the night. I know it is. Because those words ring hard. When Akhenaten was saying those were the things that would get me through that relationship of being at the house by myself for hours on end and not that, oh my God, you don't love me, oh my God. But I was learning to love myself even through that. So the past 5 years have been a very, and five means freedom. That's one of my numbers. So the past 5 years, it makes sense. I've been working on my freedom to free myself from myself. That's what freedom I was working on, to free myself from myself. But it's been so fun building with y'all today. It's been nice. Go back and watch the videos. And I will put the maps up so y'all can see these maps that they actually, some of them were just brought up out the vault a minute ago. I think last year, some months ago, something. But I'm going to put that video up too so that one can explain it. And I think that video ain't number like 2 minutes long. But I'll put them in Facebook. I'll put them over on TikTok, you guys too. So be on the lookout. YouTube too. All right. Y'all have an amazing Sunday. I know this was it started late and we went kind of long, but you know, technology ain't being nice. And when you have all this power within you, you direct it. So it's man-made. So it's not gonna sometimes always be on your frequency. Islam. So y'all have an amazing day and I trust that I see you later. Peace and love. Ooh, two. Look at that. Look at all. It was long. All right, StreamYard. I'll holler at you later. Peace and love. Thank you. I know it's gonna have all kind of cut ups. We'll be. Peace.